Mentos guy.
What's wrong with have some Mentos guy?
No, I didn't say anything was wrong. I just said I miss him.
He is pretty good.
Okay. So, as usual, I feel like it's just going to be the three of us for a while. So we should be good to just go, yeah?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, let me move all my fucking dice out of the way. Okay. And we're on this one, yes. Okay.
Trials and tribulations.
Oh, Jesus! Hello,
Jesus
Luke.
is not involved, which
And
look at
we're
me
back.
is.
Alright,
Hey, don't forget, I'm pitching for already 2 characters here so far.
I
We'll see
am
what
going
we
to
get to.
have Adrian reread this line, and then we'll move on from there.
We're probably not gonna get to Godot today, but
Oh,
yeah, introduce
no.
myself. The name is Atme. Luke Atme. Ace Detective.
Oh, hi.
Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of.
The name's Wright. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. And he goes, what a pompous thing to call yourself.
I'm Maya Fey, a spirit medium.
Why wouldn't you just say Ace Mystic?
Hey, let it go. Keep on going. And I'm, Pearl Fey. I'm Mystic Maya's cousin and, spirit medium ace apprentice.
I love it.
This is adorable. Excellent.
Say excellent.
Zavar.
That's ridiculous.
What's wrong with excellent?
Excellent.
Well then, shall we begin our little game?
Game? Why does the phrase one short of a baker's dozen come to mind with this guy?
Zavari.
Zvar.
I will just
That's
be yelling
12.
Zavari out, just randomly at times.
So are you as famous as you say?
Yeah, of course. For a lawyer, you sure have a rather lacking knowledge of the world. I misread
Nice
that,
save.
whatever.
It's
Nice
fine.
save, though.
I had no idea anyone was left in the city that had not heard of me. Luke, that's me.
No.
Ta-da!
Oh,
I
it's
am
the, it's the
Master's
intro
arch
slice.
enemy, the ace detective, Luke Atme. At this moment, there are 2 mighty figures which loom large and over this grand city.
Alright, so needless to say, I don't want a video game with this guy.
What's wrong with this guy?
Anymore. He's a bit much. And also, I'm
One
pretty sure
embody-
he's the murderer.
One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness, the other, the angelic cherubs of light.
Cherubs of light.
Cherubs.
Boy, now I'm really lost. What is he saying, Nick?
I have been personally on the heels of this villain since his first crime. After learning this criminal's patterns, I thwarted his very latest loathsome larceny.
Patterns!
Alright, yeah, this was a good idea to give this guy to Adrian.
I like this guy. I even returned the target of his tyranny, the portrait of Megina, to the crime scene. Not to the, rightful owners, but to the crime scene. And I did it all by myself. I took it back from mass to mass. I laid it on the floor, in a garbage can next to the crime scene, with my brawny mind, my brilliant muscles.
That's funny.
Yeah, they mentioned it on the news in the Great People Around the World segment.
And I was after some ramen guy who...
Way bigger than the town. It's around the world, okay?
Yeah.
Way bigger. So much bigger. They said that the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward. I'm like,
Yeah? You
yeah,
think
as
so?
the reward. Yeah, it's the reward, not a reward. It's the only jewel in existence. Don't you know that?
No, I mean I wasn't criticizing your reading. I was just like, really? You can't possibly make this guy any more suspicious.
Well, compared to the treasure that I retrieved for them, it's not much.
I want him to just mispronounce everything.
That's kind of where I'm going with this.
It's real good. So in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise. I mean, he did get a jewel, dude. It's pretty good.
It's on my finger.
Finger.
Oh, Tell us what you know about Mask Damask, and keep it simple, please.
No.
Go that way.
Like about how I have devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds.
I really. So I like it. So Mask to Mask wears a mask, right? Duh. I really
No,
want.
it doesn't.
No, he doesn't. I just
like
need
that
to I just
statement
need to
of
say
his.
this
I
now,
like
just because it's like it's gonna have to come eventually, giggity. But I am obviously under the impression that yeah, that Luke at me is actually like the real Mask to Mask, and what he's about to do is he's about to like murder someone and put them in the costume.
I'm gonna enjoy what the rest of this episode is gonna look like for you, Zach.
I know,
It'll be
and
great.
I know. I just need to keep going though, and I really want if that is the case where Luke at me is actually Mask to Mask, I really want them to not address how his nose could not possibly fit into the mask. That'd be really funny. Okay, you already read this?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Last night, here in the bowels of this store, we were locked in a most glorious battle.
Glorious. I see. Hang on a second. You were here last night? Here in Lord Lee Taylor?
Naturally, wherever the mask goes, you'll find at me laying his elegant traps.
Elegant. Elegant traps. More like mask out elegance you and made a beautiful getaway.
But this time, I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory.
I wonder if I should ask him about what happened last night in more detail.
Do you want to ask him more?
Duh. I want Adrian to keep talking forever. Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night?
But of course, after all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces.
I really want as at me goes on, just every word gets pronounced wrong eventually. It's like a disease. Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio.
I first received the request for my services 20 days ago. And it was 10 days ago that we received Master Mask's calling card.
Huh? You were hired before the calling card even arrived?
Yes. You see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough.
Rigorous.
That's Adrian for you.
Oh yeah, it is. A mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized.
A calling card arrived, right?
Yes, so ace detective that I am, I set a trap for him, the thief, right in the warehouse.
Hi, Luna.
What's with the accent?
It's everywhere.
It's okay. His is ever changing, right? He's an ace detective.
He's an ace linguist.
He's an ace. Ace of disguise. Hello, Luna. Thank you for joining us. Have fun.
And waited for him alone.
Alone.
The best plan. Alone? But why? Why didn't you go to the police for help?
Ridiculous. Why would I seek help from such a singularly useless group of nincompoops?
That's a sophisticated way of saying that, yeah.
You got a lot of nerve. After all, it was you that let Damask get away.
I always operate alone and concealed, out of the sight of others.
Adrian. Adrian, please. You're killing me.
Corn seal?
No, concealed. Precisely. Even the guards who are on duty here were unaware of my presence.
Oh my gosh, just the fact that he agreed with Pearls means he actually does say it incorrectly.
To fool your enemies, first you must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb.
Anyway, back to what happened last night.
It's like from the first game where Mr. White is just constantly making up bullshit words.
He's not making up words though, he's just mispronouncing them.
No, that's what I mean, but he's mispronouncing everything, which it's so good.
As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. But I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance.
Why is there blood?
Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared.
Disappeared. Also, is that blood? It's magenta.
Yeah, it's not blood-colored.
Did they say it was blood?
No, no one's addressed that
Okay.
yet.
Well,
You
we'll
haven't,
address it.
you haven't slid over there and examined it.
Yeah, I didn't slide. But that's impossible. How could it just disappear?
How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, Sir Lawyer. If I knew the answer to that
Lawyer.
question, I wouldn't be here.
For someone who's for someone who's seriously messed up his own stakeout, he's rather full of himself.
So you're saying that even though one came through those doors last, no, on
It's
one?
no one, that's a typo.
Ha! It wasn't me this time. No,
That's
we're
what,
starting
number
sentence.
5, I think, if I remember correctly.
That's pretty good for 3 games written by Japanese people.
True.
Adrian, how many
So-
times have they re-released this trilogy?
That's true.
Still.
Even more true. So you're saying that? Wow, I was gonna reread that. Our precious urn still somehow vanished from under your nose.
You
No,
should
it's vanished.
Just as Pearl get pissed, be like, "What the hell?"
Why do that?
No,
Why would
little
you
one,
do
it's
that? It's
vanished,
so
not
mean.
vanished. I'm pretty sure.
He's correcting her, but wrong. That's not possible. All right, well,
Alright.
let's
We're
look
done
at
with this
this.
oaf.
Oh, it's paint.
Sir Lawyer, please refrain from such crude behavior.
Huh? What do you mean?
This criminal is an artiste. The crime scene is the canvas upon which he pants.
Oh god.
Only I, Ace Detective Atme, have an eye which is educated enough to read the signs. The signals.
Could you translate that for me, Nick? I don't get it.
I think he pretty much said, "Don't touch anything, amateurs."
Wow.
If there's
that's
something
rude.
you wish to know about, you but have to ask Atme. I know everything there is to know about my rival, Mask Damask.
What do I do now?
Does he have any top secret information? Stuff that only a real crime buff would know?
Think about what to ask while I listen to what what Mr. Ace Detective has to say. So, okay,
So
so I can't investigate anything while he's here.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's
If you're done here, you can go talk to Gom.
the only thing you can look at is at him anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
you can present stuff to him if you want.
I mean, do I have anything to present?
Hey,
want me to
look at my
check?
badge.
You
I'm
can
Have
an
you
present.
Ace
seen?
Detective.
Excuse me, Mr. Atme. Have you seen my badge?
I'm sorry I can't be more helpful. But I have no interest save for that of finding evidence against my arch rival. I can't roll my R's.
Nah, it's okay. Nick is just a bit of a piddling evidence hog. That's his defense style.
Hey, he
What?
also lies.
It's not lying. It's bluffing.
Same thing. A piddling evidence hog, you say? In that case, I'd simply be wasting my breath.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Thanks, Maya. Why couldn't you have said I was a rival and not a piddling evidence hog?
Evelyn's.
I
Perseverance.
don't know. I don't know. Hello, Gumshoe.
Smiling. We already went through his.
Wait. I mean, Grant, Peter, please.
Can I?
But we're not gonna
Yeah,
talk to him
Grant.
probably.
I'm gonna go to the basement and then, cause he has top. He should have top secret information about this, right? Cause it's
Theoretically, yeah.
Top secret.
mask. Damask's calling card. It's got his emblem printed on it, right?
Quite impressive. But I would expect nothing less from my arch rival. I'm surprised to see you in possession of such a top secret piece of information.
What the hell is that in the background?
That's my
Adrian,
that's
do
my
you
little
have-
brother.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was a
children
dog.
laughing?
Sorry.
No, my
Wow,
little brother
okay.
is fucking screaming about something.
Well, we've got an ace lawyer and an ace spirit medium and an ace cousin apprentice here.
I like
putting
Cousin
names on them.
Apprentice.
Yes, indeed. I think I could learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals.
I like Ace Professionals. That's a great name. I don't know if I really want this guy to like us ever. Sorry.
Well, so lawyer, I've been told that you too are pursuing the Meisterous thief.
Why Why? Well, I'm not sure. Oh,
That's right!
okay.
We're going to find the sacred urn no matter what we have to do.
Excellent. I will trust you. I
Okay.
permit you to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere. If perchance you should discover something of value, return to my office. My office of earthly delights, the Atme Detective Agency.
Zavari.
Zvari.
Sorry.
Office of Earthly Delights. Wow, that's... I know
Don't eat the apples there.
references. Ooh.
Well then, Sir Lawyer, if you will excuse me, I have much to do.
Much to do.
Sparkle, sparkle.
Ah. Wait a minute.
Don't eat the apples in my office of earthly delights.
I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him.
Come on, Nick. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Let's hurry up and investigate before he changes his mind. I want to go to his office, too. Take me with you, okay?
Yo. Okay.
Alright, now I can examine
I can
stuff.
finally look at this sword that I've been curious about for 2 weeks. Or, sorry, 2 days. Sorry.
2 days.
You mean one
Wow.
day?
This is awesome. What did Miss Andrews say it was called again? Even though my family owns it? Shit.
It's...
How do I
it's
pronounce
called
this
the
again?
Cha-Cha-Cha Charmin.
It's called the Shahan Shaha.
It's the sriracha
It's
sauce.
called the shi shi shi.
It's literally seven branch sword
in
in Japanese. Or so says Miss
Oh.
Andrews. This is
Yep.
my line, you realize that,
I
right?
know, but I wanted to know how to say it.
Yeah. It's sriracha sauce.
Sriracha sauce? Okay, got
Excuse
it.
me, I believe it. No. I believe it's pronounced.
No, and then he pronounces it right.
Oh,
No.
Whoa, it's pretty heavy.
1 hit 7 times the fun. Pretty catchy, huh? I bet it'd sell like hotcakes.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Brr.
There's something about it that bothers me. Wow, you're really firing all cylinders today, Pearly.
What happened to Maya? She
What?
seemed way different.
This sword. Wasn't Mystic Amy holding it last night?
Dude.
Ah. Ho ho.
I, Mystic Army.
And another thing, the sword wasn't bent last night like it was now.
You're right. Oh my god.
Awesome, Pearly. I wouldn't expect any less from my little ace apprentice.
The sword is bent, so that must mean last night someone used it somehow. What, to pry open a box of paint?
Aha! I just thought of something. Maybe Detective Atme smashed mask to mask with it.
Are you okay?
Violently. Like this.
Dude, I love it when characters just get violent with each other for no reason, and then there's no repercussions. Ouch. What the heck?
What do you think, Pearly? I think it's even more bent than it was before.
Wait, she actually damaged evidence? Oh man, my head. My hair!
Oh no!
Dude, it sounds like me. It sounds like me nowadays.
My head. My hair!
Pathetic looking wooden box.
Ah! That's the box that had the sacred urn in it.
Don't touch it! There could be clues to the thief's identity on here.
I worked so hard to make that box.
It's a shit box. Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya?
What's that supposed to mean? That urn has always been on its stand in the winding way of Fey Manor.
No, it hasn't. In fact, I remember distinctly
hey,
a point.
Don't talk about it.
There was a
So
distinct
there was no
point in
box
time.
suitable for Mr. Nick? I don't know what you're saying.
The Nick character. The Nick character that I portray is a real asshole where it's like he doesn't let Maya get out from underneath being accused of murdering her sister. Pearl can never get away from smashing a priceless family heirloom. It's just like everything.
Yeah.
was so proud of it too.
Poor Maya. Maybe it'd have been better if Mask to Mask had taken the box too. Yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't just take the box. It'd probably be a lot less conspicuous.
Hey, Pearly, do you know what this is? It's a computer.
Outdated in 2004.
A computer? Oh, I've heard of those. It has such a cute name.
Aw.
Adrian's just like, only the top security for the basement.
It looks like this computer is for sorting data from the security camera. When someone comes in or out of the warehouse, the camera takes a photo of them.
It's probably the trap that the detective sent out.
Why is it pointed at the fucking wall?
Because it's pointing at like the vault section of the warehouse. It's
Oh,
like guarded
good
off.
point.
Let's see if we can find last night's data on this thing. We might even find a photo of Mask to Mask.
Let's see here. Man, I really stink at working these things.
Phoenix is a boomer.
Well, I mean, wouldn't he? No. never
He's
mind.
only like 20 or 30. He's
Well,
not.
he's
He's not a
20
boomer.
he's 20 or 30 in
21,
2004,
right?
right?
But it was 21. Well, you could, can't you?
I think
I don't know.
he's
Can we
like
check?
he doesn't have a self profile, so I think he's like early
No,
20s.
because this is
He's
2 years.
definitely-
This is 2 years later, right? Oh, he does have a self profile. Oh my God, he's 26
Oh, he
now. So it's been
does.
2 years since the first game, and the first game is supposed to take place in 2003, right?
26 is not boomer. He's not a boomer.
No, because he'd be because if this game is supposed to take place in like 2006, 2007, so you add 13 to this. No, yeah, he'd be like a millennial. Never mind. He'd be like,
Yeah.
well, he'd be almost 40 actually, which is kind of interesting, but that's definitely not boomer.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick? You're sweating an awful lot.
Just thinking about Jorth.
I just think about edgy. I don't know how to pull up the photos.
He's sweating.
I had no idea you were so pathetic with high-tech stuff, Nick.
Yeah, well, I managed to print out the camera data anyway.
I guess you had to learn to crawl before you can walk, right, Nick?
The idea of Phoenix just sweating at the computer, looking at these two young girls, like, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, it looks like the camera only went off once last night.
De camera?
About the camera.
De camera, de camera.
Shelly to camera?
No, it'd be camera to camera.
De
Shelly
cam-
to camera. God damn it. It's a security camera. It's trained on the big door to the storeroom. It's set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out.
Security camera?
That's
Yeah, go stand in front of that door and it'll snap your photo too, Pearly.
She's like, no, my soul!
Mystic Maya, do you think I should smile? Nah, it's for criminals. So I think you really should make a really scary face. Like this.
Wait, we don't get any artwork of her making a scary face?
No.
No,
deny.
absolutely not.
What was the point of Okay.
Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there?
It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there.
I guess that's where they're keeping the sacred urn. That's where they were keeping the sacred urn.
Remember, Maya,
Yeah.
Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there.
You can't tell me what to do.
Shut up.
Look what you did, Nick. You spilled paint over here.
I didn't do that.
Well, it wasn't here last night. I would have noticed a color this outrageous. But this paint has already dried up. Well then, you should have cleaned it up before it dried, Nick.
Paint doesn't dry that fast. Besides, I told you it wasn't me. It looks like it's been several days since it was spilled. What?
Okay, well, he just doesn't
Was she
look
was
like
she
it.
in front of the paint spill last night? Because weren't we here literally yesterday?
Do you recall if that happened?
Paint being spilled?
Do you recall if she was on top of it or not?
I remember that the statue wasn't here, it was over here.
Okay.
Hey, look at this.
What is it?
There's some kind of shape left in the bottom left side of the stain.
Huh? You're right. I wonder what it could be.
Wow.
The statue of Mystic Amy is so cool.
Can you make another name out of M-A-Y-A?
Yama?
Oh my god, that would be Yama, wouldn't it? Alright, well, I'm looking forward to Mystic
Challenge
Yama
accepted.
one day. Since we have Mia, Ami, and Maya and Yama. Let's go.
And then Pearly.
And then
I
Pearl.
want a gold statue of myself. We could put it in the office.
Hey, it's Wright and Company. How about a gold statue of me?
Nah,
Yes!
you don't need it.
I'm
Mr.
the
Nick,
protagonist.
I'm sorry, but I noticed something strange.
Huh? What is it, Pearls?
The statue of Mystic Amy. Was this where it was last night? Ah. Ah. Ha!
Ah.
Ha ha ha! I'm pretty sure it was closer to the door.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Great job, Pearly! I wouldn't expect anything less from my ace cousin. It's just all different aces now.
So the statue was moved on the night of the crime. Okay, did that update? Did that
Probably.
update the old thing? It did, okay.
Probably.
Man, could you imagine how infuriating that would be if it just added a second piece of evidence that was this picture? Alright. It says Organi.
No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organize. Yeah, you just can't see the last two letters.
Yeah, well, I guess no one else could read it either, because this place is a mess.
Yeah, you must feel right at home, huh?
You shut up. Wait a minute. Paint? No. Is there anything else? Is that it? So he said to... What's his face? At me said to go back to him if we find anything interesting, which we did in the form of this sword.
Wait,
but
can you examine the paint on this side?
The paint?
Yeah, on this side.
Nope.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was a thing. I guess it was just a computer.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that, you know, the box and that both have pink on them, but we can't make that connection.
I mean, it feels like the paint can in the back is a bit more like a cooler purple, and the magenta on the ground is more
Oh
of
my
like
God.
a warmer tone.
I mean, I guess so. I'm just saying that, like, I don't know. It's weird that we can't make that connection between.
Who knows? Maybe we just won't be relevant for a while, or maybe never be relevant at all.
I'm sure it won't.
Maybe.
I'm sure they won't have written dialogue for stuff that's not important. All right, nothing for
They
you.
never do that.
Oh, by the way. Here, take a look at my attorney's badge.
Zach, Grant's not here.
Saba.
Yeah. What do you mean me? I have two characters.
Do you want me to take it?
I wanted Saba to struggle trying to do a Patrick Warburton voice. But Adrian, yeah, you can do it.
I'm pretty sure I did do Gumshoe before too.
Oh, he's still showing that cheap little thing off.
That's pretty good.
Thank you, Adrian.
A real man keeps his mouth shut. He carries a suave police badge, pal.
All right,
Man,
Dick.
Grant's pal. Just the word pal is
Pal.
pretty good.
He's pretty good at it. Oh my god. Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Acme Detective Agency.
Welcome.
Is he supposed to be like Sherlock Holmes?
Yes.
Is this a detective
He would-
agency? Looks more like the set of some B-grade horror movie. Man, that's
I've been
actually a
perfecting the recipe for a potion of mud.
Hello?
compliment.
Is anyone there?
Just only the painting.
It looks like nobody's home.
What a waste of time. Hey, I know! Let's take that framed picture back with us as a memento.
No!
No! Don't you dare, Maya. I guess we'll have to try back later. Wait, really?
Don't you dare, my other thing's probably haunted.
It's probably haunted as fuck. The desk is literally covered in all sorts of chemistry equipment.
Oh, I just love chemistry.
Yeah?
Say, Nick, I bet you didn't know this, but water is made up of carbon and hydrogen.
No, no, no. It's not carbon, it's oxygen and hydrogen.
Oh, well, there are always alternative theories, I guess.
What are you, a fucking truther? God.
I mean, she is the spirit medium, so.
Oh, yeah. If by alternative theories you mean the ones that make that you make up inside that head of yours, okay.
Oh,
That's one impressive bookshelf filled with very impressive books.
they're all written
My
by me.
life as an ace detective.
Oh.
Unabridged edition by Luke at me ace detective.
See, I told you.
Hey, he's even got one of those ships in a bottle thingies.
Ah, would you look at that? There's a little Luke at me doll at the helm. How cute.
Hey, it's me, look at me, doll.
There's a microscope here, too. I wonder if he was researching something.
It's me, look at me, by cryobiome.
The glass sides have different names on them.
This one says
Oh my
acne virus.
Oh my god.
Wow, he's gonna kill people. This guy is just dying to make a name for himself, huh?
I was not expecting that.
It's getting kind of irritating, actually.
Oh, I guess I never examined that when I played this, but that's funny.
Zavardi.
Zvadi. What a creepy painting. Looks like he's looking right at me.
Damn.
Maybe we should put up a big portrait of you in the office, Nick. I can even paint it for you. Maybe you can pose while cleaning the toilet.
I think I prefer something a bit more dignified.
Hey, Nick, what's this thing here?
I just thought of something that'd be really funny. Not that we're all, like, super great at reading, like, spot reading lines, but we are getting better as time goes on. And I just had the thought of, like, man, when I eventually, like, when I go back to school... and the teacher calls on me and I have to read the passage, I'm gonna be totally fine. And then I thought about it and I'm like, wait, I graduated college.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
that's
what
not
a shame.
happening anymore. And I'm like, no, my talents!
You go back and get a degree in literature just to do that.
Just so that way I can be like, look, I can read slightly better than I could in middle school.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's called a gramophone. In the old days, people used to use them to listen to music. Okay.
You can't be serious. I think it's probably for purifying the air or something.
Oh my god, Maya.
I'll bet you 50 cents. Come on, what do you say?
Forget it. You never pay up when you lose. Oh, so she's a sore loser. So Saba is the perfect person to.
Ah,
by the way-
mean.
By the way, you like how I stick knives in my documents on the wall?
Just to make sure it's dramatic.
Yes.
Whoa,
Landlord hates it.
it's a huge heart.
That's a fireplace.
So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick.
But isn't there a difference?
That's what you think.
Right. Sorry. Like, I don't know. I guess my assumption was always that what do you calls it? I guess we're going back to the law offices.
Hey, it's me.
Yeah, I don't
Right
want to
there.
talk to you.
Hey,
Let's go back
hi.
here.
Hey,
Did I miss something?
I think you actually have to talk to Maya in this. I don't have the walkthrough, but I think I remember saying that.
Really?
You should.
Okay.
hey, I told you have to talk to me.
Damn it.
Apparently.
Refresh my memory
maybe
a little.
not.
What's this sacred urn?
It's only the most important treasure in Kurine Village, that's all.
Once again, I know video game stuff, but I love the idea of us going to the exhibition, then going to the guy's office, coming back to our office for a second, going back to the exhibition, then coming back, and then I'm like, oh, by the way, what is the urn?
Oh my gosh, Nick. Look, it's right there on the poster.
Dude, it's the
Don't
same
you
artwork.
remember? What's inside? The urn contains a very important soul.
Does it still? Wasn't it shattered?
We don't know that yet.
She doesn't
Namely,
know
the
that.
soul of Mystic Amy Faye, the founder of the Kurine channeling technique.
Wait, why?
Challenging
Wait, why would? Yeah, the challenging technique. I challenge you for your soul.
Whoa.
Wait, Adrian, why wouldn't she know about the pot being shattered?
She's Maya.
People are
Oh.
oblivious. Everyone was oblivious. Right, Pearly? Yes! That's right! Hold up. I thought the urn had the name Amy written on it. Now it says I am. Any idea how that happened, Pearly?
It must have been Mr. Nick.
Huh? Well, there are some things better left unsolved, wouldn't you say, Mr. Nick?
Absolutely, Pearl. That's right. 1 year ago, there was a murder in Karayan Village, Maya's hometown.
That's right, a flashback.
The sacred, but it's not, because I'm speaking the sacred urn. It turned out to be an important clue in that case. Wait.
Wait.
That's evidence?
Literally, the sacred urn was the one that
Yeah,
stole
you just had
it,
to.
so
You just had to fucking recall with Maya and Pearls.
Okay.
Ah, it was terrible. I was arrested and everything.
For like the third time or something.
Yeah, wasn't that the third time she was arrested? 1 year ago. Murder in Karayan Village.
I think only twice actually. I don't know.
A man was killed during one of Maya's spirit channelings. And this urn would be wound up being the key piece of evidence to prove her innocence.
I never got the right answer to my question before I died.
Mr. Nick.
Shut up, Adrian.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I said it. Would you mind not telling Mystic Maya about that? You promised, remember? You said you wouldn't tell anyone I broke the urn.
Did you not just tell her?
She's like whispering in her ear
I'm
or something.
whispering
right.
to you.
Now I remember this urn used to say Ami on it. Oh no! Until Pearl's accidentally broken into a million pieces.
Oh, she's so sad.
Yeah, I
Aw.
know, man. It crushes my heart. She tried to secretly fix it. Let's just say it didn't work out so well. She didn't know how to read.
Sorry, I'm not so good at arts and crafts. Spelling either.
Anyway, this is how her gluing project turned out. She put the pieces together wrong, and now instead of Ami, it says I am. Can't believe no one's noticed this until now, a whole year later. That's
I mean,
so,
1/3
that's
of the
so
inhabitants.
bullshit.
I mean, 1/3 of the inhabitants of the house have died.
Or been
Or been-
arrested, yeah.
Or been arrested, probably died.
Dude, that'd be great if, what's his face? Luke, at me. He
Luke
comes back and he's
Atemi.
like, I found it! The urn! And he comes back and now it says Mia. And it's like, wait a minute. Okay, the toilet's shinier than the judge's head, so let's see what's
Whoa.
next.
What's wrong with you, Nick?
What do you mean?
What? Mr. Nick!
Pay
Your
yourself
beloved
off.
Mystic Maya's treasure has been stolen.
My beloved.
Doesn't that even bother you?
But I thought the urn was the village's treasure, so I don't see how...
The village is Mystic Maya. She's the future master of the Kurine School of Channeling.
Yes,
I've been
Adrian.
watching-
You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Nick. I won't let you say you don't.
I've been watching a lot of Tobey Maguire in the MCU and just writing with the Clippers like, I fail to see where that's my problem.
Oh, okay. I do. So what am I supposed to do about it?
Fail to see where that's my-
Isn't it obvious? Go and find the bad guy who did this. Yeah, and get the sacred urn back.
But I'm not a detective.
That has nothing to do with this. If you're a real gentleman, you would find it for your beloved Mystic Maya.
Man, oh man. There's no winning against Pearl's fairy tale image of love. So what's the name of this bad guy again?
Mask to mask, Nick. Make a note of it. Mask to mask. Damaske.
Alright. Now we go back to the exhibition hall, I believe. Because you were supposed to do that first, and then we just didn't.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah.
Nick. Your cell phone's ringing.
Hello? Phoenix right here.
It's me, Gumshoe.
Gumshoe, what is it? What's so funny?
I'll tell you what's funny, pal. I finally beat him. I finally beat Gumshoe Prime. Now I'm taking over.
He's definitely not Prime. Have you seen how fucked up he is? Atme is definitely like a clay figure that got fucked up, and the kid tried to fix it.
Finally, the underdog is the alpha dog today. That's stuck up to 10. I was trying to explain why Gumshoe's voice sounds slightly different today.
Oh, okay. Understood.
That stuck up detective's met his match. Gumshoe Beta's turn to shine. Yep, I finally got him. Lock, stock, and barrel. There's no escape for him.
You caught him? Are you
No,
saying?
Yeah, thank you for taking. You captured Master.
Oh, sorry. Well, excuse. Wait, first off, I'm talking to him on the phone, so why would Maya jump in?
I
He's on
don't
speaker,
know.
I guess. I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
Bingo! Well, actually, he surrendered, but I still got him.
Mask to Mask surrendered?
That's great. So when can we come and pick up the sacred urn?
Well, you see, I was gonna tell you.
What? Something wrong?
Do you think you could swing by the detention center sometime?
The detention center?
He wants to talk to you. Mask to mask, that is.
What? He wants to talk to Nick?
I'll be waiting for you, pal. So get over here soon.
The detention center, huh?
Oh, Sava, who do you think should voice the guy coming up?
Actually, I really don't know, Adrian. This is. I kind of don't think Zach would fit 100%, but I don't know. I
I'll
feel
do
like
it.
Lawrence should be here.
If Lawrence... Right, well, welcome to the detention center.
You're sure in a happy mood, aren't you?
I'll temp for this guy and someone else can take him later.
Right, but so where's the sacred urn?
Oh, sorry about that, pal. I guess I didn't really think about it before.
We
But you're
talked to
the
on the
victim
phone.
in this case.
What? Huh?
Well, I guess I should let you guys hear the story straight from the horse's mouth.
You know, he's right, Nick.
He is?
If you think about it real hard, we are the victims.
Well, I guess so, in a way.
I'm so used to thinking of the victim as a dead person because we're always on murder cases.
Excuse me.
Oh, I like this, Adrian. But anyway, I have to get the sacred urn back.
Please, don't just ignore me.
Zach's coughing. Let's give him a sec.
Alright. Let's
Your
go.
recoveries are much quicker now, Zach.
Let's go, Cinnamon Bun.
Who are you?
I'm mask to mask. Okay.
I love it.
No, you're
Good job,
not.
Adrian. It's great.
Look at him! He's so desu. He's so moe.
Hey, Nick. Doesn't he look kind of, well, gangly?
I'm Ron Delight, the famous master mask.
I don't think this guy could punch his way out of a wet paper bag.
What do you think about Master Mask?
I don't fucking know. That's not him. I mean,
Why not?
He does have the same mouth, but
Such pouty lips. Oh, delight.
like I almost wish, and obviously this is me coming from like an external, like I know the Ace Attorney series, but I wish I was in universe and I could be like, hey, can we give him his mask real quick and just put his mask on and see if his demeanor changes? You know?
Maybe.
Because the mask to mask that we saw in the intro is more akin to Luke Atme's personality, but this guy is saying that he's mask to mask. So I'm like,
He's also
I
in
don't
the
fucking know.
costume.
He's also, well, yeah, he's in costume, but it's a costume, you know? We
Everyone knows that.
have done 2 cases where costumes don't
No,
matter.
no, Zach. Everyone knows that only one person can wear a costume, and that's how the universe works.
True. All right, I guess I'll talk to this motherfucker. So, you're the mask to mask guy? What? Why did they write it like this?
Yes, you bet. No, that's wrong. You see, it's complicated. Sort of yes and sort of no, if you know.
Oh my god, yeah, dude, there's no way I'd be able to voice this guy. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, yeah, I don't think. Unfortunately, okay. What's wrong?
Well, when I say wrong, what I really mean to say is it's not right, Puss. You see, it's not spelled mask to mask, it's actually mask to mask.
How do you pronounce the star?
What's with this guy?
Well, he's a timid little weakling. We know that much.
Don't do that. Don't look at me like that. I don't need your pity.
Alright. It's weird. He feels like a muted version of... Fuck, what was his name? He was the officer that was constantly yelling.
Oh, yeah. I remember who you're talking about. I don't
What's
remember his name, though.
Meekins.
Meekins, yeah.
Oh,
Mike
Meekins?
Meekins.
Yeah, it feel like this guy feels like Meekins, but turn the yelling down and turn the timid up. And a major crybaby, too. So why did you give yourself up?
Well, you see, it's because, well...
I know why. It's because you stole such a priceless treasure. And now you're overwhelmed with guilt. Am I right?
Priceless treasure? That broken old urn?
I have a little favor to ask.
Yes? What is it?
Could you go and talk to Desi?
Desi?
Is there a
Comments?
murder in this case?
It'd be a first.
I'm about to say, if this would... Because if this is the first case where there's not a murder and it's literally just who stole the urn, I'd be super down.
Look, we really want our urn back. So where is it?
I'm sorry, I'll give it back. I really will. Maybe not.
Dude, I love this face.
No, I can't. I can't make promises I can't keep. I'll just end up hurting.
Mr. Nick? I couldn't hear what he just said, especially that last part.
Mr. Damask, do you think you could speak up a little?
Yes, sir. I will, I promise. Maybe not. You see, I'm already speaking my normal voice, so I can't...
Nice. Mr. Damask, about the urn...
Oh, yes! The urn! Right away! Actually, no.
Alright, this guy's a little exhausting.
I wouldn't mind telling you, but I'm actually afraid you wouldn't believe me.
Enough already! Just tell it to us straight.
Please, please don't yell at me! I'm sorry, I should have shouted. That urn, I lost it!
What? What?
What did you just say? Did you say you lost it?
Yes, no, maybe so. I mean, yes, I lost it.
What do you mean?
I wish you guys could see my face, because I am fucking flabbergasted by this guy.
Oh, well, you know, I lost it. Like I said, these things just happen.
Like, I want to just punch him right in the fucking forehead so he can talk straight for a few minutes, and then he can go back to being his normal self.
You're on the train, you get distracted, you forget your bag, you know.
What? You forgot our sacred urn on a train?
Wait a minute. You went on a train dressed like that?
No, I was just speaking hypothetically, that's all. Anyway. I'm sorry, I just lost it somewhere, I don't know where.
I don't know where! This guy's story is more severe than a Dali painting.
Are you really sure this creep is Mask to Mask?
Maya, don't call him a creep. Although I do have to admit, I understand your doubts about this guy. So who is this Desi person?
Please don't talk about my wife like that.
Oh my god, if she's like, cause he's like super
I
timid.
think he'll like her.
He's super timid and meek. If she's just like fucking bombastic, like, who the fuck are you and where's my husband? I'm gonna be like, yes!
I guess she must be his wife.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Sorry. Speaking so loud is so tiring. The truth is, it was my wife that told me to have you all come here. Do you think you'd go visit her at my hideout?
I want it to just be his house. I want him to be a method actor. I want him to be an actor who's a method actor, and they're making a Mask to Mask movie or something. Hideout?
Mr. Nick, what does he mean by hideout?
Oh, sorry. Naturally, I meant to say my secret
That's
base.
not any better.
Wink.
Secret base.
Well, my apartment, actually. Palazzo Palpepe, third floor.
Pal Pepe.
What's wrong with Palpepe? It's a very
Let's have a
manly
look.
name.
Let's have a look, Nick, to Mask's hideout.
And Pepe.
Pepe, 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 Pepe.
Oh,
Something tells me she dislikes the sound of the word hideout. Alright. Okay, dude, I'm fucking... Oh my...
You like
Brush the
that?
brush, inflatable bluggy.
Wait, is that how he floated away in the last scene? It was a balloon?
Do you like how he has a judge beard up there?
Oh yeah, he does!
He also has a fucking Grossberg mustache.
Where?
It's right above the beard.
Does the judge not have a... Oh yeah, he doesn't have a mustache. Oh. Well, I'll be. Wow, check this place out.
God. He skinned Grossberg and the judge.
Oh
Oh,
god.
God.
You don't have to
No
skin
doubt
someone to
about
take
it.
their facial hair.
this is Mask's hideout, all right.
He's shaving, not just very gentle
Oh,
skinning.
do you need me to do this, Adrian, you think?
I mean, I'm doing a lot of voices. I don't know Zach.
Wait, is that the
Let's do
helmet of fucking... Wait, that's the costume for Old Bag when she was the astronaut.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's just an orb.
What about this thing?
Or
It's just an orb.
Okay. I guess it's you, Saba. I don't
Yeah,
know
who is it? Is that you, Ronnie? Huh? Who are you people?
Woof.
You like it?
Are you Desi Delight?
That's right. I'm Desiree. Ah. Oh, you must be the lawyer. And the victim.
Yeah, that's us. Your husband told us to stop by and speak with you?
I'm Maya Fay, and this is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney at Law. Nicky Boy and Maya, huh?
So is she supposed to have like a Brooklyn accent?
I'm attempting at something. I don't know what it
you'll
is.
figure you'll land on something that's good for her eventually, but Nicky Boy is a very specific
Nicky
thing.
Boy
Nicky
and
Boy?
Maya, huh?
yeah, I don't.
Well, Zach, would you rather try her?
No, God no.
Okay, fair enough.
I
can't
can't
tell you how
voice this
grateful I
woman.
am. I can't tell you how grateful I am that you decided to help my Ronnie.
Like
I can-
the only woman voice I can do is like Airhead.
I mean, I can try to voice her, but
You're doing a lot already. No. I'm
Oh,
not,
hey,
by
Grant.
the way, I'm not
Grant?
complaining about Saba's reading.
What?
Grant?
Oh,
my God.
Like the
Grant,
voice
welcome to the stream
Eric?
and say hello to my soon-to-be wife.
By the way,
My God.
by the way, Grant, earlier I had to sub Gumshoe for you, and I established that my Gumshoe, which is the beta Gumshoe, had Concord Gumshoe Prime for
Which
a
is
bit
your
at least.
Gumshoe.
Oh shit.
But
So, when you come back
unfortunately, if he
into
comes
it-
back, Gumshoe Prime will have returned.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right.
All right, Grant,
Do I attempt
Grant,
this
you
or
missed
consider
out
it?
on a lot of really good characters.
Damn.
Well, you missed out on one good character that was new.
Well, I mean, he'll
Was
come
it
back
the-
obviously, but
What's
like
his face? The prosecuting attorney?
No.
Not yet.
Oh.
no, because you saw Luke at me. But we
Yeah, I
the
saw Luke at me.
the person who I'm assuming is gonna be the defendant in this case. I guess I don't know. Anyway.
We'll get to it. We'll get back to him.
Well, you're welcome.
Larry Butts. Aha.
Did she really just call me Nicky Boy?
Nigga
Why is it-
boy.
Dude, this design is fucking nuts.
What? What's nuts about it? It's just it's average.
No,
is
it's
fine.
real good.
It is fine.
It's mask to mask.
Shut up, you idiot. The tape
Hey,
recorder
don't be
hanging from
mean.
his neck.
Let me see that. Click.
Wah!
That's it.
I'll be taking this crown now. Better luck next time, gentlemen.
Oh, it literally is what you
Should
just
all-
guessed.
Should all the ahaha be wahahaha?
I
So,
can do that.
so Luke Atmy's voice is not Master Mass voice. Neither is what's his face. It's just Master Mass is voiced by Waluigi.
Oh, mask
These
is
are very
Waluigi.
different.
Very distinct voices.
I don't get it. What's it supposed to be, Nick?
Yeah, I'm about to say, because Luke at me, I don't even know what voice you do when you're doing Luke at me, but it's good. But it is very distinct from my Waluigi, and then also your fucking Ron Delight is very different. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I got to do Mask to Mask again.
Nick, it's a torpedo.
It's hard to believe, but it sure looks real.
Where could he have picked up something like this?
Please don't say that torpedoes are things people just leave lying around.
This is Master Mass hideout, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, he like
His
straight
apartment.
up is. Wait,
Yeah.
wait, who's the chick then?
His
why
wife.
is she
That's
here?
that.
Yeah.
That's his wife. Oh.
So you'll see him again, I'm assuming, in a moment. But at the detention center, we were introduced to Ronnie Delight, who is the guy that claims to be Mask to Mask, but he's super timid and meek, and his like quirk is that he constantly trails off his sentences to being like really quiet, which is why Adrian's taking him and not me.
You can pull up his profile to show up.
Oh
his
yeah,
face.
yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah. Look
Are
at
you
him.
ready for this?
Oh my god.
Look at this soft boy.
A bit of a pitiful guy.
A
And-
pitiful guy.
Bit of a pitiful guy.
And immediately after he was like, you gotta go find Desi, and then he was like, yeah, my wife, and I was like, dude, if she is like a bombastic like Daredevil type character, perfect. And then boom, let's go.
And so she
Boom.
is.
Seems to be very friendly and outgoing.
Dude, her earrings are wheels.
Her earrings are literally wheels. Yes.
Can't tell. I ride a bicycle. A
There's a
motorbike.
bunch of books lying here.
I ride that major bicycle over on the counter there. I shrink down to ride it.
It might be
That's
a
the
little
power.
TMI, but have any of you ever seen the anime Golden Boy?
No.
Don't think so.
Oh wait, no, I've read some of the manga that was based off. I think I read the first one.
So I don't recommend reading Golden or watching Golden Boy because it really is just ecchi, but it's also really funny. And there's this one, and like the whole point of the show is that main character, the Golden Boy, is like cycling around Japan just looking for Poon. And he finds this one woman who challenges him to a race, but she has a motorcycle and he has a bicycle, but his like lust for her is so strong that he's able to keep up with the motorcycle. And throughout the course of that particular episode, it's revealed that, or it's not revealed, but it's like a thing that I guess I learned from this. But did you know that there's actually like a contingent of women that really like motorcycles as like masturbatory equipment?
I mean, it makes sense.
Oh no.
Oh, well, that's a wonderful thing to know. I mean, I understand that there's like a condition where, I don't know if it's like, so, wait, let me
I mean,
look
I've
this
heard
up. Since we're on this topic.
I heard people
I-
using the same thing with like laundry machines.
Yeah, exactly, and it's basically the same thing. And it's just, and it's one of those things where like several years later, after having watched Golden Boy like way long ago, that like that topic comes up every once in a while, and people are like, oh yeah, did you know like this factoid and this factoid about these types of people? And it's one of those things where apparently, like daredevil woman on motorcycle just became like a reoccurring stereotype, not because of Golden Boy or because of the thing that I just said, but just because it just so happens to be like a cool archetype, and it's just like, oh, I guess that's like a
Yeah, I
coincidence,
can't find
guess?
it. Unless it's called like objectphilia. I don't think it's that. But basically, there's like a thing where people are like attracted to objects.
I will say that I thought, wasn't one of the points of Golden Boy is that he's searching for Puma, but he never actually gets any, even though it gets super close?
No, he gets it like twice in the show, but one time that he gets it, like that's the whole problem. I want to say it's like halfway through the show, he lays with this girl that's in like a boarding school, and the whole point of the episode is like she said that she was 20, but she might have actually been 14.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so that
Okay.
episode's really
All
very weird.
right.
Japan. Okay.
Yeah, Japan. Also, that's an anime from what, the fucking early 80s or something like that. So it was also a very different time. All right.
Does not hold up well.
Not really.
Anyway.
Although you do get that really fucking hilarious scene of him. There's like a swimming instructor who's like, she has like no interest in him, and he's like, well, I can break the Olympic world record for doing laps in the pool right now. And she's like, really? Show me. And he's like, okay. And he rips off all of his clothes, and he was already wearing a Speedo. He jumps into the water, and it's all like,
Oh yeah, that
it's
scene.
like, it's Sakuga and like super highly animated. He goes in, does a perfect dive. The moment he surfaces, he starts sputtering and like flipping out and like desperately trying to make it to the other end of the pool. And the entire scene is like fully animated. It's like 8 minutes long of him just desperately trying to get to the other end of the pool. And then he gets there, and the woman's standing there, and she's like, it's a lap, you have to go back. And he's like, ugh. And then he goes back, and it's so funny.
KO.
I've seen that before. It's very good.
It's really weird, and then we'll move on. We'll move on from Golden Boy in a second. It's just the motorcycle made me think of it, where it's just like Golden Boy is really weird because if you actually watch the show, it's mostly just like pervy jokes, but the stuff that you remember is really funny. Where it's like the show has a really good aftertaste, but while you're watching it, you're like, ooh, it's a little much. Anyway.
That's fair.
They're all romantic-sounding novels about famous heists and fantastic thieves.
Wow! Look at all the bookmarks and notes stuck into them.
Let's see here. Note. Must remember this thief's way of laughing. Very useful.
Oh my god.
Note. A calling card is an important way of any good thief's modus operandi.
Zach, if you were a thief, these were the notes you would leave.
Oh, 100%. Are you kidding? Wow, Ron really studied his stuff.
What's his last name? Ron.
Delight.
Okay.
Delite.
Delight.
There's a whole bunch of stuff piled up over here.
Duck and cover! It's a missile! Did you see? Did you know there's dynamite in missiles?
But they're not heavy enough to be real. Oh wait, they're just really well-made toys.
What are these rolls of paper stuck into the trash can? Theft of the Mazarin Stone, the Great Albatross Strategy. Theft of the Immortal Goddess Statue, the Great Knuckle Bomber Strategy. Huh?
Did the police even investigate this place? This thing looks vaguely familiar.
Oh, I know! It's a fishbowl! Well, an upside down one anyway.
Tis the orb!
I think it's a helmet. An alien helmet.
And that looks like a tape recorder or something next to it.
I think it's a transceiver. An alien transceiver.
Nick, do you think maybe you could act like a grown-up for a little bit?
Getting lectured by Maya to be more of an adult, that's a new low.
Sad.
Oh shit. I didn't realize that was the same thing.
It's a missile. God.
Balloon!
Oh, that's so cute! It's called a hot air balloon, you know.
Wow, there's no fooling you.
I want to make my own balloon now. I'll even let you ride in it, Nick.
Your head is full of air. That emblem on the balloon is supposed to be top secret. That's proof enough that Ron Delight really is mask to mask. I'd better not tell Maya. She's kind of scary when it comes to celebrities.
So
It's quite
what's her
true.
face is mask to mask then?
It's a
The person we saw, it is, yeah.
it's a bunch of cheap costume pieces arranged inside a nice
No,
frame.
his wife or whatever.
What about it? Sorry.
I'm calling that his wife is mask to mask.
Oh,
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
He's doing it to protect her. Then. That's mine. That's my theory. Just a game theory, though.
I would super believe that. But if that is the case, because we saw him briefly for 2 scenes. Actually, we've seen like a full body, like picture of him. She's wearing a lot of compressors. It's all I'm saying.
I mean, they
The
exist.
hap.
Look, Nick. It's a fake beard.
We have the technology.
There's also a mask made out of cardboard.
Here, Nick. Try on this fake beard. Come on, try it on.
Hey, cut it out.
Now put on the mask. It's Phoenix Damask.
The judge walks in. Is my freak beard ready yet?
Oh my
Her walks in. Hey, you still storing my mustache safely?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Let's borrow it for a while.
No way! I'm not stealing from a thief. I have enough bad karma as is.
Bad Von karma, if I remember
Bad
right.
Von
Ooh.
karma, huh? Alright, well,
Anything
I
in the
guess
rest of the
we're...
room?
Oh,
Oh, Down?
No.
is it
Oh,
the stool?
It's dual.
Down.
oh,
Yeah,
the stool, specifically. Okay.
Hey, Nick. Look on top of the chair.
Looks like an envelope and a letter.
Well, don't just stand there. Come on, let's read it.
Maya, you know we shouldn't do that.
What are you talking about? The letter could be an important clue.
No way! We can't just go reading a private letter because you feel like it.
It's not just because I feel like it. It really could be important.
And I do feel like it.
I do
If I was
feel
sure
like
it was a
it.
clue, I guess I wouldn't mind. Alright, so we know what to
I-
talk to her about then. Oh my god, I
Oh my god, are we
forgot.
sure Grant can't attempt at this? She's like a really cool chick. It could fit.
Can we not give all the hot women just
To Grant?
just to Grant, please?
Wait, when have I played a hot woman?
Mia,
Goomba?
Goomba.
Say all I could think of was Goomba, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, some of us have taste, and that means older women.
Oh my god.
That's true. I can't tell you
Some
how
of
much
us
it
have
hurt me to
taste,
give
and
old
it's
bag to
Goomba.
carry.
So,
Oh
So-
Oh
no!
my god.
Oh my god.
I mean,
so once again,
I
are
was
you
kinda...
telling me that I need to do this along with Maya and Pearly?
I'll do it. I'll take
Yeah,
Desiree.
Adrian.
Dude.
Let's go.
Alright, just give me a second. I have to, like,
Mentally prepare.
I have to mentally prepare to auto-translate in my mind Adrian's horrible squealing voice that he's about to do into something that's actually hot.
As he dips into Von Karma immediately.
Oh my
Damn it,
god.
Grant! You gave away my secret. Now I can't do
I'm
that.
Sorry.
Alright, whatever. Let's go.
I'll do something. I'm gonna try something.
Wait, so
Um,
Grant's not even gonna attempt, even though he's the only one here without lines so far?
That is true.
It's cool. It's cool.
Grant, be
Alright,
the
I'll
hot
wait.
women. It is the precedent.
But
It's
he's
Are the
just
hot
gonna do a
women.
monotone voice and it's gonna kill my soul, dude.
Add
mean
a
kill your
slight
boner.
Brooklyn accent, Grant.
Shut
Try to have
up.
like a,
Adrian.
you know, she's a race car chick.
All right.
She's a race car chick, and due to lines that she has said previously, I think she's supposed to have like a slight Brooklyn accent.
Wouldn't it be Southern if like race car?
Okay, it's like the same
Tennessee?
thing. Maybe same difference. Just like a slight southern Brooklyn, whatever it's called.
We'll
Southern
see.
Brooklyn.
We'll have tryouts. Forced tryouts.
Alright.
Okay,
Um,
fine.
About your husband.
All right. So I guess I'm going first for the forced tryouts.
Sure. Why not?
Sure.
Okay.
Adrian, I want you to know, if
Sounds
you fuck
so
this up, I'm
happy.
immediately banning you from this server forever.
No!
You either need to nail this or make me laugh so fucking hard.
No! That's too much pressure. What the fuck? I can't now. I'm laughing too much. Stage fright.
Alright, pass and give it to Grant then.
All
for a
right,
bit.
give it to Grant. You try it. Are you
Alright,
gonna threaten Grant with the same thing?
No, absolutely not.
What the
Okay.
fuck?
Grant's quintessential for this channel.
Alright.
Oh my god.
I'll channel Adrian for this then.
Hell yeah! Thank you.
Shouldn't you channel Desiree, please?
Who?
God damn
No,
it!
I'll channel Adrian. Don't worry.
God, she's such a hot design. She's about to be fucking ruined.
Isn't he the cutest?
Oh god.
There. Wait. I channeled Adrian's Von Karma. Oh darn.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh man.
Aren't you
Oh,
gonna
God.
finish?
Zach's just over like, well, I can't finish unless you keep going.
Zach as he's loading the gun to kill himself.
Oh gosh.
A
Okay.
bit weak sometimes though.
A bit?
Weak.
Okay. What's,
Alright.
what's
Adrian,
happening?
hit it.
Did
Fuck.
wait, hold up. Those eyes, that's not in the right space, is it?
It's fine. It's anime.
Are no, but I mean like her right eye is down too low. She suddenly has a gigantic forehead. Anyway, whatever.
It's a little bit warped, but it's close enough.
It's fine.
Anyway, I can't do it. I can't do a fucking
I
New
thought you were
England
gonna
accent.
go into
You said slightly
salmonella.
southern
Can you
if
say
you
a
want.
New England
Inhale.
accent?
Isn't that what it's called?
East
Oh,
Coast.
you mean like
Brooklyn.
you mean Boston?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean sure, go for it.
I can't do that though. I'm fucking Californian.
I
Oh
can't.
my
I can't
God.
do that either. I don't know why.
Do you want to just
Why can't
default
you do
to
it?
me?
Because
By
I'm
this
not
point,
mad.
I will take this on because it takes too
Alright,
long
fine,
to get
I'll-
us to move on.
Because I'm not.
Hurry up.
mad.
I'll do it. I'll try to do it.
Just do whatever. I don't care. She's
Alright,
already dead
fine.
in my mind.
I'll try to do British.
We've succeeded, Adrian.
Wait, why
Oh,
British?
By the way, did you know they mentioned Mai on TV?
Why is she posh?
Oh my
Fuck you. I
god.
don't care.
Fine.
Fine, I'll fucking
Just
South
do
English.
southern. Just do southern. Whatever.
Hang on. Oh, they said you on the urn and that you're doing some shady training at the office now.
That is actually really good. I actually really like that one.
Australian.
She's Australian,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
amazing.
trying to do South English.
What,
Well,
Cockney?
try it is.
Dude,
Oh my god.
We're
Try to-
figuring it out.
Try to lean
Once
into
again,
Australian.
at
That'd
a
be
certain
perfect.
point, if you push it far enough,
Oh.
No, summer.
Baba, no.
After I saw that, I thought it might be a good idea to meet the lawyer they mentioned.
This
No,
is
that's
great. This is
good.
perfect, actually. I love this voice. This is a great voice.
Oh, Saba
I
self.
see.
Oh, there we go.
Baba's back.
My Ronnie, he has a powerful imagination, gets deluded easily. He kept insisting he was going to surrender to the police. I didn't know what to do. It was me, I stole that urn, he kept saying, as if it were even possible.
Huh, bud? Are you saying he didn't?
Of course he didn't.
Well, Ian.
Why would my Ronnie ever do something like that?
The hell? What the fuck is up with my Discord? There we go.
This is what we're doing,
Well,
apparently.
You know, it's
Yeah.
priceless treasure, and he, you know,
It is possible his own wife, or is it possible his own wife doesn't know his secret identity? I don't think so.
Me? I'm gonna call a woman that needs excitement in her life.
In her life.
oh, excitement, huh?
Yeah, some of my happiness when I'm racing around my bike, going at full throttle. Riding a motorcycle is putting your life on line, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, sure, it is less safer than a car.
Well, I think that depends on how you ride it.
I'm the type that can't stand living a boring, dreary old life with no action.
I cut the brakes just to
Just
for
to
the
feel
thrill.
something.
Just to feel something. Broke all my
No
bones.
All of them. How
All
did?
of
All of them. This jumpsuit is holding me together.
I'm about to say, how,
Oh, no.
how else could I fit into this jumpsuit?
But your husband Ron doesn't exactly look like the risk-taking type himself.
All right about that. He's definitely not one for thrills and danger.
Wheels.
But I do have to say he makes up for it otherwise.
Oh.
I'm obviously
no.
talking about his massive cock. Other ways?
Yes, money.
Aw.
Ronnie is incredibly rich and super generous. He bought me a bike so fast it would make your head spin. He even gave me lessons to help fix my accent. I think it's working. And shopping, I like to shop so much it makes Ron's head spin. I call him Little Ron Weasley.
Ron Weasley.
The other day, it actually happened. His head actually started to spin.
Man, talk about a high-maintenance wife.
So where does Mr. Delight get all his money from?
Roy's security guard. They put their lives on the line, right? So they get paid tons of money in return. Tons of it.
He's a security guard? I think it's my turn for my head to spin.
Phoenix is like, I'm in the wrong position. What the fuck?
Can you tell us about what happened last night?
What time did that instant take place again?
What time was it again, Maya?
Well, according to Detective Gumshoe, it was around 1:30 in the morning.
Ah, last night was horrible. I got pulled over.
Pulled over?
Yes, I always do my best flying at night.
Flying? You're talking about your motorcycle, right?
Yes. Anyway, last night I got pulled over. By a bobby.
By a bobby!
I can't believe he caught up to me. It was a great chase, let me tell you.
What's all this then, Zach?
Well.
What's all this then?
What's all this then?
When he finally caught me, the poor man was white as a sheet.
Did either Grant or I ever tell the story of, cause you guys know that we went as sheet ghosts to, the Halloween event last year, right?
I imagine, yeah.
The original plan was that Grant and I, because Grant and I, as you know, we were both RAs at the same time, living together. So we were both gonna dress up as British bobbies, and while we were doing our Halloween season housing inspections, I was gonna like rap or have Grant rap on the door, and then when they answered it, I was gonna go, well, what's all this then, and then start going
then
and
we'd
just
shove
pretend to
our
be like a
way
British bobby. But we had to ask for permission to do that because that would technically like interfere with our normal RA duties. And so when we went to Mr. Brown asking him like whether or not he thought that was a good idea, he was like, "Yeah, that's really funny, but it doesn't necessarily look super good when two people dressed as cops like are knocking on people's doors."
Oh.
And so he was like, "Yeah, you can't do that." And we were like, "Oh, that's a good point, I guess."
Oof. It was about 3 in the morning when I finally got home.
Sounds like she's got an airtight alibi.
Well, what about Mr. Delight?
An airtight alibi and a skin-tight jumpsuit.
Absolutely.
I don't really know. We weren't together at the time of the night. When I got home, he was already fast asleep.
So basically, he's got no alibi. How suspicious. Wait, is that it? Do I not present
Where'd you
anything to
know?
her? We can't be done with this woman.
Oh, you need to present Master Mass Prof, I think.
Oh, this.
Yeah, apparently.
Miss Delight, you must know, right? About your husband and Mask to Mask?
Master Mass? Of course, I know all about it. My husband is his biggest fan.
Oh.
Alright, you're lying. She the
Yep, what? Huh?
biggest fan?
Tier 3 on OnlyFans and everything. Yes, Ronnie can be pretty
No.
The
delusional
Mask to
sometimes.
Mask OnlyFans?
Oh, you know he does all the priceless artifacts he steals. That's how this whole misunderstanding happened.
Wait a minute. Did you say delusional?
Yes, that's right. I just don't know what I'm gonna do with them. You see, Ronnie actually believes he is Mask Mask.
Oh
What?
no.
What? What are you talking about?
Okay.
Did that update a talking thing?
Yeah.
You're insane.
So, when did Ron first become Mask to Mask?
What are you talking about? He's not Mask Mask.
I'm Master Mask.
But wait a second. Look around at this room. This place is obviously Mask to Mask's hideout.
No, you're totally wrong. A real thieves' hideout wouldn't look like this. It's because Ronnie is so timid himself he looks up to heroic figures.
Heroic
Is he a
figures?
hero?
But Master Mask is a bad guy.
Oh, thank you, Maya.
So
Yeah,
he's
got
deluded,
you.
huh? Could that really be true?
Anyway, if he really had stolen the urn, wouldn't he still have it?
Well, I suppose so.
Why don't you ask him if he has the urn or not?
He has a point. Mr. Delight isn't exactly the criminal type. But something about Ron's behavior bothers me.
Maybe it's true. Maybe Mr. Delight isn't Master Mask after all.
Say, can I ask you something, Nicky boy?
What is it?
I know I may seem like a bad girl on the outside,
You are the villain of this case, yes?
but one thing I won't stand for is legal activity.
You sure she's a bad guy, Zach? I had
Yes.
the feeling you wouldn't. You're tough. But I can tell you've got a good heart.
She's the villain.
Steal her heart.
Somebody
she's just
framed my
Anne.
poor Ronnie. I just know it.
She's not Anne because Anne's a good
She's
person and this is
Anne.
the villain.
She's Anne.
Could you give this to Ronnie for me?
A letter?
Yes, for Ronnie. I want him to fight back.
Miss Delight,
Get some haymakers
Okay.
in
Lighted
there.
gun.
you've got it. Just relax and leave it all to us.
What is this, JoJo?
Oh, God.
Okay.
Immediately leaving.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit options. Alright,
Well, you can save.
Grant, let's talk about this for a second.
What up?
Oh, no.
Which of these three people is Mask to Mask, do you think?
It's Adrian!
Oh,
Oh,
I
yes,
think it's Gumshoe.
it's Gumshoe. Cause she's
So it's
here,
me all along,
she's
pal.
gonna. Adrian is here because she's gonna testify about the night of the robbery or whatever, of the theft, because she knows all about the security. So that's why she's here. Because it's like my initial impression was that it was him because of his flamboyant nature and the fact that, you know, he's like where Damask is the whole time and stuff like that. But then this character is so weird because the thing is that he's a security guard, but apparently he has money, which means he has to have something on the side. Is he secretly like the son of like a
OnlyFans.
wealthy family or something like that? Like I don't know. And then
Or could
obviously
he potentially be Mask to Mask?
well, that's what I mean. But his personality just super doesn't match with the character that we've seen.
I mean, do any of the villains though?
Sorry.
Do any of like? I mean, of course, Dahlia. Like we were like, yeah, absolutely.
Like
she's
obviously,
her, but
she's
on
designed after
but
a
what we were
fucking snake.
presented with, yeah, but what we were
I mean-
presented with.
I mean,
was
Von
not.
Karma pretty much wears it on his sleeve.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
The like, 'cause-
Damon Gant's not evil. He said so.
Yeah.
yeah, he says it. He constantly tells us that he's not evil.
I'm not evil.
I am 1 year older than Desiree. That's fucking terrifying.
You're older than Ron, too.
Not older than Luke, thank God.
Yeah.
But like,
How old's
so
Gumshoe?
the reason why I am kind of with Grant on doubling down on Desiree being the actual like villain of this case in whatever form that takes is that of these three characters that like we're suspicious of at the moment, I would want to see her breakdown animation the most because it would definitely be the most interesting.
She rips off the goggles.
Rips
And she
off the
drives away
goggles.
on
I
her
imagine
motorcycle.
she I don't know gets pissed and there's like burnout or something like that. I don't know. Would she be in the court with her motorcycle?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's that.
She takes off her earrings, puts them on the bottom of her shoes, and heelys out.
All right.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh yeah, you didn't
Yeah, that's
actually-
Ron Delight, by the way. You're about to hear what he sounds like. I've been
boy.
voicing him, but if you want, you can take him.
No, that's cool.
Adrian's
Okay.
doing a real good job tonight.
Apparently, because
Unfortunately, Adrian, you are mastering, or you are acing these voices one after another, which
I'm an
means
ace voice actor.
Oh.
which means that you are definitely going to have to do a lot of reading.
That's fine.
Oh, that's right. Here, this is from your wife.
Oh, from Desi, thank you.
Nice.
Well, I mean, you're starting to join the club now, Adrian, of having way too many people to
My
voice.
dear Ronnie, how are you? I'm doing fine.
He's clutching onto that letter so hard the ink is gonna be squeezed out. That's weird.
He looks so happy.
You should write a letter to Mystic Maya, to Mr. Nick.
You
you
should
like the
write a
Foley I
letter
did?
to Mystic Maya to Mr. Nick. That's so confusing.
Yeah.
That's a weird sentence.
Did you notice the foley I did for him gripping the paper?
Oh, that's good Foley.
Thank you.
I just want to cut back to Ronnie, and he's like, I thank my lucky stars every day that a 5 like me could land a 10 like her.
Oh my.
If I woke up one day with an ass that fat, I thank God every
Oh my-
day.
What was that from? I don't remember.
No, it was just the Pokemon fossil fusion.
Right? Yeah. Where it's the tiny Velociraptor front half, but then the gigantic
Back half.
Stegosaurus back half, and someone drew art of that as like a character without the weird like cutoff thing, and it was just a crazy thick Pokemon. And the dude responded with, "If I woke up one morning with an ass that fat, I thank God every day." It's so good.
God.
I totally forgot about that.
Good
Oh.
Mr. Lawyer,
Yes.
in the letter that Desi wrote, she said, "I also gotta be a lawyer." What do you think of my Desi impression?
Huh?
I know this would be asking a lot, but could you please take my case? My trial starts tomorrow.
Hey, hang on a second. He can't be your lawyer.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? We're the victims in this case, right? Victims of this Damask guy?
The man.
Oh, that was you doing like an emotional reading. Okay.
What?
I thought your stream was like slow or something like that.
Oh,
Well, yeah, but according to Desiree, he didn't do it.
she said, poor man, he's deluded himself into thinking he did it, right, Mr. Nick? Come on, she could be lying to protect her husband.
Well, that's true. Or actually not. Actually, it's hard to say. Oh no, it's spreading.
Oh, please, I'll give you the treasure of your choice in return.
What should I do?
Refuse his case.
Nah. Who needs them?
How about I'll say, I don't want any of this nonsense. You're not murdered. No one's been murdered. I don't give a shit.
You're not dead.
Phoenix
You're not
only takes
dead.
murder cases.
You're not dead. I don't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Delight, I've decided to give it a try. I'll defend you.
My best friend is a spirit medium, not a living person medium.
Yeah, not a grand larceny victim or medium. Sorry.
Hey,
You will?
what are you doing, Nick? He's a thief. You can't trust him.
Well, he may be a thief, but I think there's more to this case than meets the eye.
Mr. Nick, I was wrong about you. I shouldn't have trusted
This is
you.
the bad ending. Like the game.
Oh,
over.
no. Yeah,
Pearls?
Pearls beat you to death in the
I
detention
can't
center.
believe you defend this person after what he did to Mystic Maya. I'll never forgive you. Ever. Pearly, wait.
This is gonna be ugly.
I'll go after her.
just you and me then, alright.
I'm about to say, that was the right thing to do, yeah? Just making sure.
Sorry
It
about
was the
that.
Phoenix right thing to do. Yeah.
I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
Ooh, hear this song?
I'm
Sounds
sad,
like,
and this is my
Moonlight
sad song.
Sonata. Yeah, it sounds like Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata.
Oh.
It's time for me to be sad. Welcome to Rondelight's sad hour.
Well,
Sad boy
you
hour.
couldn't have known she'd react like that. I guess I might as well start investigating. Oh, Maya, where's Pearls?
I have no idea.
She said she's going back to the office. Go check in on her later, would you?
And what about you? Are you okay with me taking Mr. Delight's case?
Yeah, I'm fine, Nick. I believe in you.
I think I'm gonna cry. I'm actually a little upset that I upset Pearl.
How could you?
I know you have a lot of work to do. I really appreciate it.
Okay, Nick. Let's get this show on the road.
Alright, now we go back to, make it up to Pearls.
Hey.
Okay.
Mr. Nick, welcome back.
Oh, hey Pearls, you're back too, I see.
I went and bought us a strawberry cake.
You're like 9. Did you just
I
walk
walked all
around
the way
town
to
doing
your
that?
office before.
Do you realize how many murders happen in this fucking city?
What do you
Per-
mean? I didn't hear about that.
Oh my god.
I'll go make some tea to go with it.
Hey, Pearls.
It looks like she feels really bad about what happened at the detention center.
Why? What? Why would you show us
Remember
a
that?
flashback? We
5
were just
minutes
seeing
ago?
this.
I just realized Pearl is like the sole inheritor of Goomba's money, so she's like probably pretty loaded.
Did Goomba have any money?
She lived in a
She
mansion.
dressed like she had money.
She dressed like she had money, and she might have lived in a mansion, but that was an ancient mansion built by, like, her ancestors hundreds of years ago, which does not mean that you have money now.
I guess. I don't know. I feel she is the sole inheritor of whatever. Goomba
Of
had
whatever
left.
it was, so she definitely has something. Also,
You get the murder weapon. You get.
yeah, you get the
Oh.
Also,
You get the wax?
I don't think that she would.
You get
I
the
don't.
wax?
Well, unless Ace Attorney Universe is different, I don't think she would get it yet. I don't think she would get the inheritance until she turned 18.
I don't know. Maybe.
Series of unfortunate events.
Oh my gosh. Good show.
I mean, that's basically the fate
I should
family's
oh
life.
shit! Oh my god, you guys just saved me because the last few nights I've been struggling to go to sleep because I haven't had like anything to like watch going to bed. The Teen Titans that I've been watching, the episodes haven't been super. Not that the episodes haven't been super great, but like the quality's been not great. And Saba, you just reminded me that there's a fucking Netflix show for Series of
Yeah?
Unfortunate Events. I didn't
Pretty good.
watch the last season.
Nice.
There you go. Now I
You
know
got
what to do.
something.
Saba, read this again if you already did.
Mystic Maya, the tea is ready.
Okay, now read it one more time, but be sad.
Mystic Maya, the tea is ready.
Alright, now one more time, but you also just saw a really cute rabbit.
Mystic Maya, the tea is ready.
Damn,
God,
she's a,
Saba's like
better?
a master
she's a
with this
fucking
voice.
actor. I can't believe it.
Wow,
We're-
thank you.
People here, man, I feel so terrible about myself because we have fucking talented people here, and then there's me, and all I can do is organize. All I can do is get people to like show up. That's it.
I mean,
Honestly,
hey,
though-
someone has to.
I know,
Yeah,
but
honestly,
it makes me
not many people do that, so thank you for doing it.
right. But no one
Yeah.
hires for that shit.
You're braver than
Called
any
project
Marine.
managers.
No one wants project managers, Grant. Project
I
managers
thought-
stick around for 30 years and then die.
Isn't that what you want to do, Zach?
God.
Just be the person that boss everyone around and organize things?
Yes, but no one hires for that.
Oh, rip.
That's what I'm
Unless you have
saying.
a lot of years of experience.
Unless you have a decent amount of experience,
like a
or
game
if you
design
know,
business
or if you know
degree.
somebody that's already in the industry.
Anyway.
By the way, clip this and send it to everybody you know. I gotta talk to Ricardo and Professor Campbell tomorrow. Be like, yo, you guys know anybody? Anyway.
Please.
Oh, thanks.
All right, now read that again, but you're pissed.
No!
Just kidding.
We're moving on.
Come
Multiple
on, Miss
takes.
Tiernan. Please have some of this cake.
Don't say that, please. Yeah.
Aw.
The cake
thanks.
isn't alive. I don't know what you're
Pearls.
talking about.
Listen, dude, Beyonce has ruined the word cake for all of society forever.
Oh, excuse me. I was in the middle of cleaning the toilet.
Wow. You're putting for
Hey,
for
it's
hard
okay.
labor.
I just cleaned it this morning.
Too late.
He's just dumping bleach into it.
Oh.
This might be a good time for me to ask about her. Oh my god, we really have to do a recap. I first met Pearls a year ago. It was when that murder happened at Karayan Village.
Crane.
I still remember what she said to me when we first met. Oh yeah. Aw, dude, I remember when she first showed up. Oh, now my heart is like, oh, Pearl.
You
I miss
remember,
you.
I didn't actually talk to you because someone told me not to talk to
Not
strangers.
to talk to strangers, and then I wasn't a stranger, and then she talked, and she was immediately like, yay!
Yay!
Oh, God. Pearl, you're the only good thing to come out of the second game.
Hey,
Sad.
what about,
Nom, nom, nom. Oh,
Literally name anything else, Adrian.
Goomba.
Goomba's
yeah,
not good.
Goomba.
Adrian.
Oh yeah, Adrian Andrews.
I don't like it. Well, Adrian Andrews is complicated, because I really wish that she wasn't there, but I'm glad that she was. Just because
kill
her
her.
story is fucking intense.
We got Francisca von Karma.
I fucking hate her.
Dude,
the
we
end?
got we got Acro.
We got.
Oh, I
We
feel
did
so
get
bad
We
for
got
that.
Acro.
We got
We got
Acro and
fucking-
Bat. Man,
We got
game
Mo.
Game 2 was just full of people with fucking depressing ass lives. What the fuck?
I think if I
wheelchair.
remember correctly, the whole point of Game 2's thesis was like, oh, but what if you defend the wrong people or something like that.
Or what if the people who are actually good actually did the murder?
Yeah, basically. That was
Well,
the
'cause, I
kind
mean,
of
that
thesis
was like
of
the
game.
final. That was like the final thing, which roped. Oh yeah, because there was only 4 cases in Game 2, right? Because Case 4 was
Yeah.
like double long.
Yeah.
Well, technically, the first game doesn't have 5 cases. It does
Right,
have
it has
4,
4,
but they
and
added
then they
that
added
on.
one later. That is true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and oh god, now I'm remembering that because when we finished Game 2, I was like, yeah, you can really feel that they wrote this case to have Adrian Andrews as the villain, and then somebody was like, yo, but what if we put this fucking twist in it though? And then they did, and they doubled the length of the case.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Does this have 4 cases? I assume.
this
then?
has 5.
It's it's weird.
The achievement list
Yeah.
says
Okay.
5.
Secret case.
Hey Maya, I've always thought it was because she was young, but
But what?
Pearls, I think she got the wrong idea about you and me.
Huh?
God, I really want Maya to have, like, confessed so much to Pearl, assuming that they would never meet, Pearl and Phoenix.
Oh no.
There's something you need to understand.
What is it?
It's kind of like a Crane Village custom, sort of.
Ooh, spicy.
Right.
Hog.
Pearl seems to love you a lot. know
Well,
why I
it's
read it
because
like
I'm
that.
her only cousin. And, well, because of the murder case last year, Pearlie's mother is,
Respawning.
you know,
Yeah,
Oh,
she'll be
yeah.
back when you leave the screen.
I remember now. Pearl's mother, Morgan Fay.
Ooh.
Back
Hello.
in the dark dimension.
Dur, 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 dur.
She's serving a prison term in isolation right now. Yeah, it.
She's in 2-1. Or she's in
Yeah.
1-2, sorry.
1-2.
Yeah.
so you see, I'm the only family Pearlie has right now. but it's the same for me too.
Oh, I also didn't say it in game 2, but I was thinking the same thing. I said it this time because Dahlia is like way more obvious. But once Morgan Faye showed up, I was like, oh, so she's the bad guy because Morgan from the Arthurian legend betrays betrays Merlin and like leads to the end of Camelot.
Wait, have you watched the show Merlin?
The fucking one from like the CW?
I think so.
No, why?
Oh, it's pretty good.
All right, I will take your
Nice.
word for it and maybe check it
Yeah.
out in 4 years.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm joking, of course.
I
I'll never
know.
check it out. Maya.
I know. Never does.
Sorry, that's so mean.
He
Which,
never
by the way,
does.
one more thing.
My
I know I
mother's
keep
gone,
doing.
too.
I know I keep doing these tangents. God, I have to cut so much stuff. Like, obviously, it's a lot of just fuff in general, but I have to cut so much stuff from The Price is Right, to make me look less like an asshole.
Wow.
I wonder why that is, Zach.
I
Wow.
know. But it's a lot of
Thinking emoji.
thinking emoji. I wonder why. But there's so but when I mean like cuz I don't think about it in the moment cuz like I need to say something or else I will forget what I was going to say, you know what I mean? Like Grant knows this. I mean, I guess Adrian does too since we've known each other for so long. But it's just like there are so many times where someone will be saying something, they'll mention something and then I'll be like, "Oh yeah, this thing by the way," and I'll completely fucking foist their entire conversation, and it's funny because I'm funny, but I also feel
Humble
bad.
too.
A
Anyway.
bonking emoji.
Oh my god.
What was that, Desiree? Thonking emoji.
Thonking emoji.
Thinking emoji.
There are hardly any men in Korean village.
Oh, hot.
Jesus Christ.
Now that you mention it, I never actually saw any men there when I visited.
I'm pretty sure I told you about it a long time ago. About how spiritual powers run very strong in the Fae family.
Yeah, you did. And that's why you're undergoing training to become a spirit medium, right? Wait, she's still doing that?
Yeah, the thing is, only women can actually inherit the spiritual power.
So what, is this like China where they execute the men?
Yes.
No, it's just only inherited by women. That's why the whole culture of Korean village kind of revolves around its women.
Why are we bringing this up now? Oh, right, because the thing that was stolen was the urn. Okay, right. Well, that's understandable. Nothing wrong with that. All right,
Yeah,
good. Phoenix is
because
for
of that-
women's rights.
Zach v. women's rights.
there tends to be a lot of unsuccessful marriages.
Oh?
Well, men start to feel left out after a while and they just start leaving. Especially if the man has a daughter.
Are you saying that Pearl's father...
He's gone. He left the village when she was very young.
She's
Boy,
still very
that's
young.
tough. I'm about to say, that's fucked up. Also,
Yeah.
understandable? 'cause
Yeah.
You don't have to stay, but...
And she grew up seeing nothing but unhappy marriages all around her.
Ooh.
That's why she's so sensitive to things like that.
That's good lore, dude. So your mother's still missing? Wait, she's not dead?
I thought she was dead.
No,
No,
she's
that's
just
that's
gone.
Maya's mother, not
Yeah.
not Pearl's mother.
Well,
I
yeah,
thought she
no.
was dead.
No, they just said like they're assuming she's dead because
Yeah, she was never heard from again. Not dead.
Oh, I could've
Yeah.
sworn she was
I must say,
dead.
I'm... Wait, are we sure...
We've been playing the wrong game,
Yeah,
Zach.
yeah, I'm about to say, are we sure that they didn't, like, in game 1 say that she was dead, and then later retcon it to be like, oh, no, we just don't know where she is, so she's presumed dead.
They probably just called
Maybe.
her gone, so we just assumed
And we just
like, oh, she's
assumed...
dead.
You know what, that
Maybe,
probably makes sense.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh.
and no one has any idea where she is.
Maya's mother, Misty Faye. The current master of the Korean village, the Korean channeling technique. She disappeared 17 years ago after getting involved in a certain police case. Was that not the case of fucking Edgeworth's dad getting murdered?
It was.
It
Yeah.
was, okay. But you're sure she's still alive, right?
Yeah, I know she is. It's sort of a spiritual medium thing.
And if your mother doesn't come back, then what?
Then according to the laws of the village, I'll become the next master.
And then I don't have to deal with you every day anymore?
Wow, you're so
Nice.
nice, Nick.
You're really looking forward to the 4th and 5th game then.
Oh.
Mystic Maya, the master of the Korean technique, sounds like a heavy responsibility.
Yeah, but there's no one else with the blood of the main family who's a spirit medium. Well, Nick, why don't we go out and start investigating?
This was a weird conversation.
But it,
It was about, like,
established some pretty
Pearly, I
interesting
guess.
lore.
Yeah.
It reintroduced lore that we already knew and established more, and I'm like, you know what? Makes a lot of sense. Kinda weird. Yeah, I know, but first I want to talk to Pearls.
Mr. Nick,
Yes, Pearl?
I acted like a baby.
I forgive you!
You are a baby!
Throws
What?
his arms
Yeah, I was
around
gonna say,
her.
you're like 9. Right?
How old
She's
is
younger than my
she,
little
actually?
brother.
She's 9.
Yeah, she's 9.
Why are you here?
I'll always be here, Nick.
Because you're fucking using
And
my
it's
office. You still haven't moved out of my
Yeah.
fucking office, Nick.
Excuse you?
It's still in my name,
office.
you
It
son
has
of a bitch.
my name on it.
You wrote over it in Sharpie.
So it's still my name.
It's my plaque. It says my.
Pearls.
I doubted you. Even thought Mystic Maya trusted you completely.
There are still more Fays in the office than there are Nicks.
Oh my god.
Excuse
I
you,
guess
I
it's-
don't. Wait, does he have any siblings?
I think
No,
he's an only
or it's never
child.
mentioned if he does.
Wait a minute, wait. How are we on the 3rd game and we don't know anything about Nick's family?
Dude, Nick's family is like never. The most backstory you already got with Case 1 of this game.
Really?
Holy shit.
That's
Yeah,
so
basically.
weird.
Yeah.
Like even Saba and I, we were talking about like fake characters for my fake Ace Attorney ripoff game or whatever, and I already have like fully developed backstories for both characters, and it's just does Phoenix just not need one? I guess not.
I think one of the only things that he offhandedly mentions at one point that he was an only child.
Is
I
that
think
so
that's
you
about
can
it.
project onto Phoenix, I guess? I don't know.
Theoretically, I
Yes,
guess, yeah.
yeah.
But I mean
Oh,
that and
yeah.
also his childhood backstory, but you know.
I'm about to say, I guess if they don't explicitly say anything about like his parentage or like his family life, the player will just automatically like subconsciously imprint their situation onto Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Nick,
Yes.
from the bottom of my heart, I apologize for what I said.
Aw, it's okay. Oh God.
Well, I'm going out now for a little bit.
Huh? Where are you going?
I used all the bleach.
I
I
may
need
be
to
small,
buy more.
but I still have a lot of spirit channeling power. So I'm going to show you I can be useful too by finding some evidence.
Pearl, there's a lot of murders that go on in this city. Like, a
Cut to
lot.
Pearl like beating up some thugs in an alley.
Oh my God! But she's like,
Where's the
"Nine-
urn?
Where's the urn?
Where's the urn?
Hey, wait a. She sure runs fast.
Did she just channel an Olympic sprinter?
Dude, canonical lore.
Jesse Owens.
She runs fast?
Yeah, you remember that where in a single evening she ran all the way from Korean Village to the courthouse.
Oh my god, you're right.
And yeah, and we said that she was fucking Dash from The Incredibles.
Basically.
Cause that was what they canonically said it was a 4-hour train ride, but yet she was able to make that trip in 2 hours by foot.
And make it in the morning. Like, when did she wake up?
Anyway, so Pearl is superhuman.
Yeah, we did
Nice.
establish that.
We did.
Nick, let's back off and give her some room, okay?
Yeah. All right, cool. So now we can. Oh my God.
Main exhibition hall.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Acme Detective Agency.
Oh, you haven't seen the
Oh
place
Jack,
yet.
God,
Very
I
good.
gotta go back there.
We'll go back there later.
We got
I
an.
think.
Oh fuck!
Oh
Maya!
my god.
New art. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Andrews.
I'm sorry. It's my fault. Your precious urn. Your precious urn.
She's just so stressed. Please, calm down. What's wrong?
never ends. Everything I touch ends in failure.
Oh god. She just starts like low-key dropping suicide hints, and I'm like, no,
No.
please don't, game. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Oh,
Maya, I'm sorry. I'll do anything to make it up to you. I know I don't look it, but I'm good with my hands. I can make you another urn.
Hold on, just wait, okay? Breathe, calm down, and talk to us.
oh, that's very mature, Maya. Actually, I'm very happy.
Forgive me. Forgive me.
All right, goodbye.
Okay.
Later, loser.
Also, I
didn't
will
say
still
that.
be here, but I might be muting and unmuting myself because I have to eat because my stomach is rumbling.
Okay.
Fair.
I also wish.
Good,
I
okay.
I need to, or I will die
So
soon.
when did you get the calling card from Mask to Mask?
Let's see. Exactly 10 days ago. I was going to show it to the police, but that detective stopped me.
Wait, didn't he say? Didn't he say he was hired by Miss Andrews before they got the calling card?
Yeah?
I don't remember.
God, the
He said
time-
20 days, whereas got the calling card 10 days ago.
Right, so like 10 days to scout out the location, I guess. God,
Yeah.
I don't know. This is already a really great case.
So you asked Detective Atney to help with security?
Yes. In fact, it was about 20 days ago that I hired him. He seemed to know much more about Mass to Mass than the police.
So you hired him for security even before the calling card arrived.
Well, yes, I had a premonition that something bad might happen. I've learned to trust my hunches.
So that's why there are security cameras even in the basement warehouse?
Yes, Lord Taylor is very serious about their security measures. It was their way of saying, bring it on to any potential thieves.
Well,
Talk
he
to-
sure
talk
brought
with
it last night, and even left with a nice souvenir.
Ow. Heavy. Can you tell us a bit about the security for the treasure exhibit?
It was all my fault. I never should have called this paltry little collection a treasure exhibit anyway.
Why you say that? The urn that was stolen is a pretty important object.
Maybe, but its actual value after appraisal was practically zero.
Sad.
Oh, wow.
That's so insulting. Well, actually, I guess it was broken.
That's a good point.
0?
I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable.
But the urn contains the soul of Mystic Amy.
Anyway, I left all the security arrangements to Detective Atney. But 5 days ago, I began receiving all sorts of other exhibit items from Crime. Lots of people started going in and out of the warehouse down there.
Or maybe one of them was actually Mask to Mask in disguise.
No, I personally checked out everyone that came through here, so that's not possible.
Knowing Adrian, she probably even checked out what they ate for breakfast that morning. Okay. I guess we're done with you.
Now we go back to show Grant the detective agency.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to see this.
Are you ready?
Oh my god.
It's
Hell
pretty,
yeah.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, it is.
Hello?
Well, well, how lovely it is to see you again, my dear. Ta-da!
Good god.
Welcome to my abode. Relax and soak up the atmosphere.
We're actually kinda...
Shh! Silence! By the way, we established that now Luke Amy just mispronounces everything.
Nice.
But he confidently mispronounces them, which is even worse.
Oh no.
Precisely as I imagined.
What is it?
Zvadi! The truth has once more been elegantly revealed to me.
Illegal.
A lawyer? A spirit medium, correct?
Wait, we already knew this.
I think we already been through this. Gotta wait, Zach.
Ha! So my estimation was correct. Zvadi, how truly elegant. Now then, what can I do for you?
God, I don't want to talk to him. We have an hour left in the stream. I'm gonna die. You mentioned before that you were on guard duty all alone last night.
Precisely. This is my 5th encounter with my arch enemy. I refuse to allow anyone to interfere with the rightful pursuit of my prey.
Persuade. And my favorite part is that the way you're having him mispronounce everything means that he only learned these words through reading. Like he didn't learn any of these through other people saying them.
He read a Zorro book. That's where he got all this.
I'm very well read.
Okay. I heard you've been after Mask Damask since his very first theft.
Are you still in a private location, or are you like in the kitchen doing readings?
I'm kind of in the kitchen doing, so I might be.
No, that's just really funny. I like the idea of you just like sitting around with your family and they're just looking at you like, oh my gosh, he's a voice actor.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Yes, my dear, I see you've done your homework. In his very first heist, that vile thief pilfered the famous jewel, the Tear of Manen. I first encountered him in the museum's Sacred Hall, the crime scene itself.
So that's why you were hired as security for the treasure exhibit?
I'm pretty sure he said that Adrian Andrews hired him.
Yes, I brewed some equipment from Lordly Taylor and set the perfect trape.
That doesn't make any sense. You must mean the security camera.
Who are you to question? Look at me.
But trape doesn't make any sense.
But I thought you were
Ooh.
watching the area yourself, too. So how did Mask Damask manage to steal the urn?
That's the million-dollar question. What is Damask's modus operandi?
Did you know about the sacred urn?
Grant is really just a passenger for this session so far.
I mean, Grant, do you want to take
yep.
at me?
Nah, that's cool. You're doing a fantastic job.
Grant, he is. Grant will definitely like this is the thing. Grant like has to do a lot during court scenes, and then not a lot outside.
Yeah, I just play the same characters.
You play the same two characters with a few on and off in between, and I think that works.
Yep.
I am interested in only one thing, my dear, and that is Mask Damask. Sacred urn? Pfft, that has nothing to do with this case.
But wasn't that what Damask stole this time?
Yeah. I'm a hunter, sir. The urn was nothing more than a lure to catch my prey.
Don't,
Do yourselves...
Adrian.
Do you yourselves remember the shape of individual peanuts you throw to Pagians?
I don't think I like this guy's attitude, Nick.
The meme
echo.
that Carrie just put in the channel is really fucking funny.
Alright, let me give you a second, let me look at it.
Content aware locking.
It's loading.
It's a GIF, it shouldn't take that long.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, speaking of Among Us, well, first off, I really want to get another Among Us game going eventually, so we'll probably plan that for next week. I'll like start planning it during the week. But I didn't realize this. Did you guys know that fucking Among Us has been out for fucking 2 years?
Yeah,
it's
and
not
they
a
were
new,
gonna-
it's not a new game.
No.
Well, that's
Did
the
you know
thing.
that
I usually feel like I'm on top of like indie game releases or whatever, and just like someone on r/data is beautiful today posted the like user and Twitch view statistics of Among Us, and it was out for fucking 2 years, nothing. And then, like, someone, I don't remember exactly the streamer, someone played it and was like, man, this game's really good. And so all the other Twitch streamers started playing it, and then people started buying it, and now it's, like, astronomically big. And now it makes way more sense why they were planning on doing, or why they were initially planning on doing Among Us 2. Because the game's been out for 2 years. Because when they initially said, like, oh, we're going to do Among Us 2, I was like, but why? The game's only been out for a few months.
No.
I mean,
Honestly. Oh well, Adrian, you go first.
I was just saying, they canceled Among Us 2. They're just gonna make
yeah,
Among
yeah,
Us
they
1
did
better.
cancel it, yeah.
Honestly, the whole Among Us being blown up is honestly like the epitome of internet fame about things just at random, just catching attention and just instantly blowing up.
Explosion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the thing is that Among Us is also just really well made. It's just a really well designed game, and like the art style doesn't need to be anything more than it already is, and it's just like, dude, it's good.
It is
Dude,
good.
I don't like the first one is Thonk, obviously. The second one that you posted, Adrian, that one deeply upsets me.
Sorry, what? Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
I clicked the wrong server.
The second thinking emoji that you just posted deeply upsets me.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's because it's not fucked up enough, but it's just fucked up enough for me to be like, eh.
Nah.
Well, anyway, it looks like he doesn't know about the urn.
What about
Stop.
that one? What do you think of that one?
I don't like thinking eggplant.
What's wrong with thinking eggplant?
Yeah, that definitely bothers me.
Please, my dear, ask me a nice thing you like. Oh wait, Zach, what about this one?
Oh, God.
Alright, very funny. I like that one.
After all, we are all but seekers, wandering alone in the dirk.
Oh, I might have mentioned this before. Actually, I think I posted it in one of the chats. But I'm legitimately thinking, because apparently on Amazon you can just make a T-shirt design. You don't even have to make the T-shirt, and Amazon will put it up for sale. And just whenever someone makes it or whenever someone buys it, they'll print it. And so I'm legitimately thinking about opening up my first T-shirt sale, and it's literally just a black shirt with white text in like Arial, just like the default font, and it's just bracket JoJo reference question mark bracket,
Why question mark?
because maybe it is.
JoJo?
Maybe.
Because if it doesn't have the question mark, that's obviously a JoJo reference. If it has a question mark, is that a JoJo reference? We don't know.
Wow. Well, there you go. You figured it out. You solved
I
the case.
think I'm gonna do that and make 4 cents.
Hell yeah.
Well, I was wondering how Damas managed to steal the urn. I mean, isn't it strange that you don't seem to know?
Yeah, now that you mention it, it is strange. After all, you were on guard that night at the scene of the crime. Unless you were sound asleep, you should have at least seen Mask the Mask. Uh-oh. Oh!
Hey, I forgot about this.
I wish it
I
wouldn't
must say
come
it's been-
back.
It's been a while.
What the? A Cyclock.
Cyclock?
Because now they have to reintroduce this fucking thing to me again.
There's so many noodles in my mouth. Hey, Nick!
No, that was your
Something.
line. No, you
Anything.
read it already. Maya
if it's
starts
Maya-
off.
if it's
Maya
Maya-
starts off the conversation with, "Dude, I have so many noodles in my mouth."
No,
Wait.
Zach. It's not that. It has to be like, oh, this burger's so tasty. Yeah. So,
Well, your Magnemite lets me see when people are keeping secrets.
Your Magic 9.
Your Magic 9, by breaking their mental locks, I can find out what those secrets are.
this Magnemite has that kind of power?
Maya, you're the one who gave me this Magnemite last year.
Well, it's true that this Magnemite is a prized family heirloom, but
Psychic type Magnemite.
Ooh.
Hurley was the one that actually imbued it with spiritual powers, right?
Did she?
That's why I don't
Yeah,
really
what-
know much about what it can do.
This is the
Yes,
woman
it happened.
that's gonna take over the Karian channeling school someday.
Remember you said that you wanted to give it to Pearl, and then she's like, I can't take this. Well, the least you can do is charge magic power, and then she gave it back to you.
Oh, right. God, she's crazy powerful.
She is.
Cyclock thing.
Well, you present the Magnemite to the person with the secret.
Can't wait to see it in action. Come on, try it out.
Oh, I thought there was more. Oh boy, I think the future master still needs to learn how to be patient. Alright, so I'm just gonna question him, I guess. Wait, no, I need to present it, right?
Yeah,
So I don't...
you do.
Well,
I mean, this
whatever.
is. We'll just go through this.
Mr. Atme, You must know more than you're letting on. How did Mask Damask manage to steal the sacred urn? And then the thing pops up. I got no idea what you're talking about, boy.
In order for a secret to remain secret, it must be kept secret. Wait, hang on. In order for a secret to remain secret, it must remain a secret.
Oh, God. Last night, Luke at me must have encountered Mask Damask. But why would he be why would he be trying to hide it?
4. Fix that psyche lock of his.
I don't really think she understands what she's talking about.
Maya's just dual wielding burgers.
Well, it's been a while, but let's give this a shot. Okay, so I need a court record. Wait, do I even have... Oh, this.
No, the 9. You have to go back
Magnemite.
from.
Oh,
you have to
right,
exit
sorry.
The dialogue, though. No, but you
Yeah.
can't present it from here. You have to go
Oh my
back
God,
from out of
why?
dialogue. Now
Present
present. There
The
you
Magic
go.
9.
Take that.
Dude, do you think they put those two colors of magenta and green just so that way when the thing inverts, they swap colors?
Maybe.
Ooh.
Detective Atme, you were standing guard at the scene of the crime. There's no way you couldn't see Mask Damask commit the crime.
Well, now, I can hardly tell why you're so positive about that. Yes, indeed, I was guarding the warehouse. That much is true. But I can tell you for certain that not a single person passed through that door.
Not sure why, but this Atme guy is lying through his teeth. I know. I'll show him some proof. Detective Atme, I have proof that someone went through the door last night. There was a security camera set up at the scene of the crime. It should have automatically taken a photo of anybody that went through the door.
Precisely.
I hope you don't mind, but we've already gotten our hands on the camera data. As you can see, the camera went off exactly once last night. Oh.
but my monocle didn't catch anyone in its flesh.
It's not a monocle.
It must be some kind of computer malfunction. It must be.
Maybe it was your monocle that malfunctioned.
Are you saying I didn't do my duty properly?
Detective Atme, you must have seen the thief last night. The question is why you're trying to hide it. If he's hiding it, there must be a reason. Some reason that he desperately wants to keep hidden. And I've got just the piece of evidence to prove it. I do? Alright, okay. Let's suppose you didn't manage to see Mask Damask. In that case, the reason you didn't at the time was because you were unconscious, because he got hit by the emerald sword.
Seems right.
I'm afraid that
Shit.
making a guess is not enough. Time to put your money where your
Oh.
myth is. Show me your evidence.
Boom! They call me the Big Smart.
They call him an ace attorney for nothing.
They don't call me Ace Attorney. It's only the trans-dimensional beings that do.
Oh, my nostrils are snotting. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Ugh. Ugh.
You were knocked
Gross.
unconscious by the thief, weren't you?
Surely you must be joking.
Joking.
You think that I, Luke Amy, could be knocked unconscious so easily?
The sword proves it.
Yeah, that's...
It's the Shikalaka. Before the theft, this sword was in the hand of the statue of Ami Faye. Furthermore, at the time, it was not bent.
It's the sriracha.
Sriracha,
That's Sriracha.
There's only one explanation. You were struck on the head and knocked unconscious by this sword. Well, Detective, how about it?
I'm impressed. You truly are an ace attorney.
It wasn't that hard.
I can't deny that there may be a small hint of truth in what you say.
So you were knocked out like a little bitch last night?
Okay, Klaba, what an ugly way of saying it. I'm pretty sure it's Klaberd, but I suppose you could put it that way. quad struck me at the precise moment I turned to look at the computer.
So
you never
noticed the thief
my
entered
God.
the
Oh
warehouse?
my god.
Okay,
All right, you're
Okay.
back.
thank you. So you never noticed that the thief entered the warehouse?
No, the quad must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Perhaps the air ducts or the sewer pipes. I'm pretty sure he vented.
I'm pretty sure he
Then my-
vented.
Invented.
Then, I don't know, guys, Master Mask is pretty sus. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here.
Oh, I had an idea, by the way. What would you guys say to a fourth, a fourth map, or maybe a special mode in Among Us, where you can have like fucking double the number of imposters, but none of the imposters know who each other is, and they can all murder each other.
What?
Yeah, so like imagine a game of 10 people and 4 of them are imposters, so they only need to murder like 2 non-imposters technically, I guess. Maybe just 3. But the imposters don't know who each other is, so it's highly likely that imposters will accidentally murder each other.
Jesus
That'd be
Christ.
interesting, I think.
Anyway, also, hi, Janine.
Yeah, hi Janine.
Hello,
Hello.
Janine.
Would you like to take Luke Atme's voice, Janine? Never mind.
Saba, go.
Ouch! Mr. Atme should have his poor head examined.
You could say that again. How could he have underestimated the thief that badly? The sriracha updated in the court report.
Is the sriracha really not that heavy? Because I mean,
Phoenix said it was heavy.
Pearl said it wasn't.
really?
Or not Pearl, but Maya apparently lifted it and hit Phoenix in the head with it pretty good.
Killed him.
That is
instantly.
true. She did do that. Well, it looks like we got one thing cleared up anyway.
Huh? What? That Atme is the greatest ace detective in the world?
No, that he never actually saw the thief. Excuse
Oh,
me, I got
that's
hiccups.
right.
Sorry, Phoenix goes, achoo! Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
Oh my god. So the thief may not even be Mask de Mask.
That's a good point.
Just one moment, sir lawyer. The thief was unquestionably Mask to Mask.
But you never actually saw him.
Perhaps so, but I installed a security camera for just such a contingency.
Contingency. So you
I
have a
don't
picture.
even know what that word means.
Last night, the camera went off exactly once.
So you lied.
Behold, this is a photo of the disturbedly thief by the security camera.
Could you imagine if we see this picture and they got like fucking a wide chest and big hips and and Grant's just like called it.
Well, let's see. Are they gonna be caked up?
Oh, I can't tell. That's him.
Oh, Janine
Mask
left.
de Mask?
Yeah, you should want to say hi. Okay.
The thief can be none other than the arch criminal Mask to Mask.
Are they really gonna do this fucking every game? Where it's just like, oh, person's wearing a costume, so it must be this guy.
After all, he has a very good reason for committing such brazen crimes.
What are you talking about? So, what do you mean by very good reason?
Exactly that. Mr. Delight had a very good reason to dress up and commit those crimes. There should be a green envelope somewhere in his
Okay.
room. You'll need to go and investigate.
Thank you very much, game, for just telling me where to go.
Oh, I was literally just
Bird.
thinking this line in my head. But how would you know about that green envelope?
Have you forgotten? You're speaking to the finest ace detective ever to walk the face of the earth. The most brilliant mind since, well, ever. Look at me.
Well, I guess we'd better go take a look just in case. Alright, let's go
Back to the house.
the hideout. And
Domestic
excuse me,
hideout.
hot lady, I gotta look at this envelope.
Hey, Nick! Remember what Detective Atme said?
Vaguely. That was like 30 minutes ago.
Maybe we should have a flashback just in case. Called it.
What the fuck?
God
God damn it. A green envelope, huh? Looks like this. Is this a fucking bill? What is this?
I can't believe I called it.
That was
How about a
so good.
flashback as I'm clicking? to
Let's
the
have a
flashback?
look. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring $50,000. $50,000?
That's a blackmail letter. Sure looks like a major clue, all right. So, did Atme just admit that he did this? Because how else would he know about the blackmail letter?
I'm an ace
No
detective.
You can't just say that.
Yeah, I can.
He did just say that.
Uh-oh.
Pizza. Oh, someone's at the door. I'll be right back. Won't take but a second, I promise.
I'm not gonna
It's Luke
lie.
at me. He's like, "Did I call it or what?"
Did I? See, I fucking knew it. I will admit, like, obviously it's not the sexy lady voice that I wanted with this character, but I fucking love Adrian's interpretation. It's real good.
What, Cockney?
Yeah, just
I
cockney,
agree.
brutish.
Oh, thank you for coming. That's so very nice of you. Oh my god, Saba, it's him! It's him!
Oh my god!
What?
Please
Okay.
come in, I'll
Is
make some
this-
coffee.
Is this fucking him?
I'm pretty sure it's him.
Pretty lady.
Okay, I have to get
All
into
right,
this.
Saba,
I
get ready.
can,
I guess it's
I
I'm
you.
can,
90%
I
sure
think I
it's him.
can get to it, but it'll take
Oh,
me a
is it?
couple.
What's his face?
Fucking
I'm
Godot.
pretty sure it's
Is
him.
it
Yeah.
a super attractive guy with
It
like,
Are you
may-
guys
no
doing
it
the
may
voice
just be-
This is
tryouts?
bullshit. How come the attractive guy gets to have a good voice? It is bullshit.
What, are you saying Luke isn't the hottest character in the game so far?
Wait a minute. I know that voice.
Oh fuck, never mind. It might not be him. Oh, Nicky boy, I'm so sorry, I have another guest.
Is it Edgeworth?
Oh, it's not.
Oh my
Dodo,
god, is it
never mind.
Edgeworth? Oh!
It's not Edgeworth.
Oh,
Alright,
Oh my
fuck,
god, I'm
what was his...
sorry, Sal, I'm
I will say,
man, the
I'll,
coffee threw me off, Adrian. I was like, oh.
Me
yeah.
too.
so, fuck,
Anyway.
well, actually, Grant, you haven't done anything. You wanna do,
I have not read a line.
Yeah, go for it. He was just an e-boy.
yeah, he's
Wasn't
he's
it
E-boy
E-boy?
surfer
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Alright.
e-boy or surfer dude or both, whatever you want.
Okay. Nick, it's you and Maya too. What a fluke.
That's
This
pretty
is
good.
this is just your fucking character from from Monster Prom.
It's not as gravelly and it's higher.
Uh,
Ah, Larry! Long time no see.
Well, you two know each other.
Nicky boy. Nick, do you and this girl have, something going on? I underestimated you, Nick. A gorgeous lady like this, and married too. Way to go, dude.
that's not a
what
good
a
thing,
tramp,
Larry. What the
Nick.
hell? I knew it. Just when things can't get any worse.
What is he wearing?
It's time to cue the butts. Was he in the last game?
I don't think
Probably
it
at
was.
some point.
I thought he was, didn't he? I might be misremembering.
Yeah, I don't
I have
remember him
no
being in
idea.
game 2. Just
Yeah,
every
yeah.
just every other
Sure.
terrible character.
Did we go to a lake at game 2?
We did
No,
not.
that was game,
That was game
one.
one.
That was
Was
game,
game
1,
one?
because that's when we met
And I'm
Lana.
not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Two.
don't think he was actually in game 2.
Larry Butts. Ever since grade school, he's been not exactly a close friend, but yeah, we know each other. You remember that in game 1 when we said outright that he was our best friend?
Yeah. Hey man, that wasn't nice. I was your very first client.
We've got quite the storied history, he and I.
I can hear your internal thoughts.
Get out of my dark dimension. And when
No,
we-
Get it. Mom, Larry's in my dark dimension.
also
I'm
known as
coming
Oakland.
with you. Oh my god.
What? Sorry. Or Harlem. What we used to say rings true. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I'm really surprised that his tag is still Butts and not Larry.
Yeah. Hey, come on now, you're embarrassing me. And in front of this pretty little thing here.
She's like 2 feet taller than him.
You wanna have a fucking go, mate?
Dude.
You wanna have a fucking go, mate?
Oh,
I'm not
fucking
afraid of
go.
you. You to go ahead and catch up in old times. I'm gonna go check on my bike.
It's right there on the counter.
Yeah, she just turns to the
Yeah, she
counter.
shrinks down.
Nice girl, that Desi. So how have you been, Nick?
Too busy, if you really want to know. Oh,
Why is he here?
yeah, I don't want to talk to him.
Hey, everything's for a reason.
Is he a security guard?
I mean, he's security for KB Security, I guess.
I guess.
So what have you been
Cool,
up to this whole
KB.
time? It's been 2 years since I've heard from you. And what was those clothes? You look, well, weird.
Hey man, that's uncalled for. This is my uniform from my part-time job.
This voice is evolving over time and it's still good.
But I can't believe it's been 2 years. They say time flies when you're having fun. Huh?
What's wrong?
Hey, I gotta tell you, women, I don't trust them anymore.
He just
Worse.
he just goes gay.
Yeah,
No,
where's
he's
this
becoming
going,
he's
Larry?
becoming he's becoming MGTOW. He's going as
Oh
he's,
no.
he's joining men going their own way.
Oh no.
Oof.
You got dumped again?
Well, you know, Benifer? I followed her all the way to Japan 2 years ago. That's where I met the famous Caddy Tom, and my whole life changed.
Benifer? Caddy Tom? I'd never heard of either of them.
Anyway, dude, Caddy Tom chose Hollywood over me. Can you believe it?
Oh yeah, I forgot that's like his whole thing is that he keeps like temporarily dating really high profile women that just leave him in the fucking dirt where he belongs. But the fact that he's
Oh,
still
God.
but the fact that he's still able to land these women is fucking baffling.
I mean, also, I don't know if they like dumped him in the essence of like, well, we can't work together, but it seems like they just move on with like with their careers.
Yeah, that's what I
Like
mean
the
by leaving him in
careers
the
move on?
dust.
Or they
Oh, okay.
get murdered.
Or they get murdered, that is true. What was that first one was just Octopus Lady? I remember her.
Cindy Stone?
Good times.
Yeah,
yeah.
Cindy Stone.
I don't
Well,
know. I remembered her.
actually. Anyway, sounds like you had quite the adventure.
Women, they're so. Yeah.
Oh, he's going incel.
Oh, but you're different, Maya. You're not like the rest. Oh no.
Looks like she's still. It looks like he's still the same old Larry.
Why are you here?
So, what are you doing here anyway? Oh, I don't know if you watched it, Grant, but on the Jello Apocalypse 2-part thing where they did Ace Attorney Investigations 1, fucking one of my favorite parts is Larry shows up, and he's just like, "Hi, Edgy, aren't you so glad to see me?" Hard cut to Edgeworth pointing, "Go away." Just outright, not even a hello, just
Leave.
go away. What are you doing here anyway?
Huh? What do you mean by that? I'm just a natural born nice guy. Oh no, that's all. Well, actually, I picked this up last night while I was working.
A wallet? You say you found this last night?
Yeah, it had a driver's license in it, so I figured I'd just return it myself.
Okay.
Well, that's why he's here.
Alright, ignoring you for a minute. I can't check it?
I guess not yet.
Bullshit!
Gotta wait a minute.
It's bullshit, game! Hang on. Let me see that for a minute. I knew it. Desi's picture is in here.
Yeah, I guess he really digs his wife, huh? Hey, Nick, it's not what you're thinking at all.
No, I'm pretty sure it is. You haven't changed a bit.
Oh, no
fucking
way,
adulterer.
man. I mean, she's a married woman. That's just bad news.
He really is just here to check out Miss Delight.
So you said you found it at your job, right?
Yeah, I'm working for a private security company as a guard. Chicks just love a guy in uniform, you know.
A security guard, huh? So that's what the uniform's all about. So, what time was it when you found this last night?
Huh? Why are you asking that? Trying to see if I've got an alibi?
You're not the one on hook for a crime this time, buddy.
I guess it was around 1 o'clock in the morning on the first floor of our company building.
Okay. So, can we not check Desiree's, like, report record or whatever? Like, she got arrested at 3. What was Mr. Delight's wallet doing here? Oh, never mind, it was Delight. Wait, what the fuck? How?
Anyway, there's nothing weird about that. After all, he works there.
He
Oh my God, he
works
does?
there? You mean Mr. Delight?
Sure. Here, take a look at this. It's right there in his wallet.
What's this card?
It's a key card for the security company. See? It's got a serial number on it right there. There's no mistake about it.
You said you were working part-time at a security company, right?
That's right. What? Why are you making that scary face?
Security company, huh? Something's not quite secure about Larry working there.
What the fuck?
I need to find out what the fuck? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I need to find out as much as I can about this key card. Okay. Are we done with him?
Do we have to? Can we look at the wallet?
Nope.
Huh. Maybe we go back to Ron then, and just say like, "Hey, is this your fucking wallet?"
Dude,
Ron Weasley.
I just want to say I'm in like a pretty big like server, and someone just at the art channel just did this, and I got an at in that server, and it's not a good method.
Okay.
We're the team for a
Oh,
split of the profits.
My God.
Oh yeah.
That's not a good method to recruit artists.
What kind of server is this?
It's a server with it's a porn server. I'm gonna say it.
That's fair.
Okay.
I wonder if we tell her about it. The blackmail letter, I mean.
Hey man, people were talking.
That's okay. That's why I recapped what she said, I think.
All right,
before.
I guess we're going to the fucking detention center. Never mind.
He's gone.
We're
So,
back here.
that's why I was quiet earlier. I was reacting to this adding.
So you're sure
Anyway.
about this key card?
Yep, that's the key card we use at the building I work in.
Okay.
According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You needed to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record.
It leaves a record.
Yeah, vinyl. It tells you exactly who entered the room and when.
You swipe it and it's just a big ass fucking vinyl disc comes out and it's like, take it. Larry, I need that data.
Whoa, slow down, man. Sorry, but that data is off limits to outsiders. If I lost this job, I never had a chance with Desi. What?
It's times like these when I wish lawyers weren't so powerless. Okay.
Well, you wish defense lawyers weren't so powerful.
Correct. You didn't touch anything in the wallet, did you?
Hey, man, be serious. You know what I was interested in?
That's
Right
fair,
there.
actually. If Mask to Mask doesn't look out, he's gonna be the victim of robbery himself. Yeah? You sure? If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. What the fuck is the red diamond?
Well, he is a thief.
Yeah, but it says
Dun,
that he
dun, dun.
received. Okay. I don't know what to do next. Talk to him?
Did you do the unintuitive thing and present the blackmail letter to Larry?
Why the fuck would I do that?
Unintuitive.
Why
as
the
he
fuck
said,
would I do
unintuitive.
that?
I don't know.
Hey Larry, what about this? this?
What? If you got something to say, say it already. A blackmail letter?
Do you know anything about this?
I don't know anything about Alexis, and that's the truth. What?
Alexis?
Huh? What?
I can't believe you do this to me. I thought you were my friend. $50,000. I don't have that kind of money.
No, you don't understand. This blackmail letter was sent to Ron Delight.
Oh, man, you scared me. I almost had a heart attack, you idiot.
Wait, I'm the idiot?
Nah. I'm still confused because it says KB Security right on the envelope.
Yeah, so what?
That's where I got the part-time job, at KB Security. It's right there, on my badge.
What?
On my patch.
What?
Sounds like I should really find out some more about this KB security company.
It's right next to the hotel.
The Kibble Security
No, yeah, it's
Company.
right across the street from the hotel.
Yeah.
And from the school.
What's...
And the courthouse.
Ivy University, or is it?
Shut up, but this isn't the joke. The joke is that everything is right across the street from the hotel, and the courthouse is the center of everything. Those are the two jokes, and that's it.
Oh, I see.
Only two jokes we've ever made.
It takes 4 hours to get from Ivy University to like the police station, for example. But if you just cross the street and then cross back, you're right there.
Oh, I see.
God,
Okay,
that's
okay.
a nightmare.
KB Security, the company in the
Quantum
blackmail
space
letter.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Excuse
That's
you,
the way
the Gatewater Hotel paid good money to be right across the street from literally everything
From
in existence.
everything.
They paid good money to have their hotel occupy non-Euclidean space.
That's where I work. Yeah, in fact, I'm on the job right now.
Huh? So what are you doing here then?
Well, the boss is away right now, and you know what mice do when the cat's away.
Yes. You fucking harass women and use your
Apparently.
and use your position as a security guard as leverage. That way they can't report you. Anyway, how far away is this company?
Let me see. About 30 minutes by car, I guess. Well, if you fly down the road anyway. But if you go to the Gatewater Hotel, easy.
Well, this apartment building is pretty close to Lordly Taylor's and Gatewater Hotel, right? And it would roughly take an hour to go from here to KB Security and back, but if you just went to Gatewater Hotel, we'd be there in an instant.
If Ron Delight was at KB Security when the robbery occurred, then
Whoa!
he couldn't.
Then he
have
couldn't have stolen the sacred urn. Unless he went to Gatewater Hotel. Hey, Nick, your phone.
Hello? Is this the right residence?
Ah, Pearls! Where are you?
I thought I'd go to Lordly Taylor to try to find some more clues, but I'm afraid I've gotten lost.
Oh my god, Pearl.
What? Give me that phone, Nick. Carly, where are you right now?
I was walking along and I found myself in front of that person's office.
That person, who?
That person who doesn't act his age. No, he says Samari when he's excited.
Luke at me, ace detective.
Okay, stay right there. We're coming to get you.
We're taking the Gatewater route.
We'll be
All
right there
right.
via Gatewater.
I'm a little scared.
Uh-oh. Alright, let's go, Maya.
Wait a second, Nick.
What?
Zavari.
That phone call just now sounded like a... Oh, no, I don't want to read this. I don't want to read this.
No one wants to be here for this, Larry.
Say goodbye to Miss Delight for me, would you, Larry? Ah, man, that joke was probably better in 2004, maybe? I don't know.
And among Japanese audiences.
And among Japanese audiences, it's true.
I mean, detective agency.
God.
Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya.
Hurley!
Man, if they do come out with Ace Attorney fucking 7, oh no. Sabi, you're not allowed to read this. It'll make me sad. I'm skipping it.
Wow.
I can't.
Ooh.
That'd be fucked up if Ace Attorney 7 does another like time jump and you get to see Pearl again, but this time she's like 18 and has like her life together, and I'm like, no, you must stay a tiny child.
You must be child.
Oh, Grant, I wanted to ask, what'd you think about the fucking Kung Fu Panda cartoon clip I posted?
Monkey.
I forgot that's where we got that from.
Monkey.
I got recommended. I was like, I gotta send Grant this.
Oh,
Monkey.
Adrian, I'm gonna
That
kind of
was really
power
good.
through this text for a minute here. Would you mind
Sure.
telling Grant the story of Have Some Mentos?
Oh, right. So what was the game even called?
It's just like ink and gold.
Oh, do you know the game, Grant?
No.
It's
So
like a
basically-
betting game. Yeah.
Basically, the
Okay.
premise of the game is that you go through a dungeon and you want to try to get as many like little sphere points as possible. And
Mhm.
there's blue, which are worth 1, black, which are worth 5, and gold, which are worth 10. And every single time we were supposed to ante up and like risk it all, I just was like, no, I like my blue little coins. I like these Mentos that I have. And I was like, I'm just gonna collect Mentos for this game. You guys can have the fucking weird black ones and gold ones. I'm just getting Mentos.
Mentos.
It's
But
Sama.
But then there was one point where I like accidentally got like a statue of just a guy with a pot, and I was like, oh, he's the Mentos guy. He's got the pot that's full of Mentos. And then I drew it and I posted it on air a while ago, and he's just the guy who goes like, have some Mentos.
I just love because the artwork of the guy. It's the only like actual treasure that Adrian got out of the temple with, and it's true. It's just like It's just a statue of a fat guy holding a pot. And so it's just so funny, the idea of this little golden fat man just walking up to you in this like Incan temple, and he's just, have some Mentos.
Have some Mentos.
Mentos.
We established that. So basically, the premise of the game is that you can go deeper and deeper, or you can leave once you reach a certain level. But I would always leave after the first floor because I just want some Mentos. I don't need anything else.
Just need a little bit of Mentos.
I just want to have some Mentos.
Gotta keep my breath fresh.
Have some Mentos. Keep your breath fresh.
Maya
that's
made me do it. Oh my god, that's so
I
funny.
can't believe you.
Alright, now we're back.
Okay. A gentleman never uses a lady as an excuse for his own poor behavior. The real question is, can you afford to waste time? I'm trying to figure out how we're going to pronounce this. Lolligagging around here.
Alright, a little bit of stretch. What do you mean by that?
Perhaps I should make myself more clear. Just vanishes. Tomorrow's trial. Zvani. Shall we say the figurative? Sir William will be dropping his panties before lunch team.
What the fuck
What?
are you talking about?
Wow, Nick. Sounds like it's gonna be real exciting.
What?
What's going to happen at the trial tomorrow? That's so dramatic.
Do you know what your biggest mistake so far has been, Saloya? It was becoming a
Saloya?
lawyer in the first place.
You wanna fight Saloya?
Saloya.
Hey, I'm fighting here.
That certainly
When did
doesn't
Desiree
sound
get
like
back?
a big mistake, Mr. Nick.
Tomorrow will be a day for you to remember. I, Luke Atme, would take the stand. From Dio. I will stop time.
Golden arrow.
And then Zvani. My testimony will prove the undoing of the lot of you. Yes, all of you. I will unmask you as the co-conspirators.
Us?
Conspirators?
You're quick on the defensive, I see. Hover! It is not I that is your greatest enemy. There's a far more dangerous threat you'll face during a trial. The next prosecutor will shoot at you with rubber bullets,
What are you talking about?
and you will
has
face no
ignored.
repercussions. Sir Lawyer, if you truly are who you say, I'm sure you've heard of him. His name is Goddard.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it.
Hey.
I mean, I'm just gonna say Godot.
I'm pretty sure it's got it. You have taken a step
Give me
down
1
from the
second.
path of blishness.
Literally the first thing that pops up is got it, Ace Attorney. How to...
I like Godot.
Say-
Godot just sounds nice.
Yeah.
Oh god. So, the right way to say Godot, according to the New York Times, is God-O. So, Godot.
Gato.
I don't know. Just listen to Godot. Godot
There's
sounds
literally
nice.
a
Godot.
30-second long clip of just different people saying Godot in different...
Goddo.
I kind of hear it. It's funny.
Goddo.
Godot.
Alright, Godot.
I agree.
But
Sounds
that
suave,
being
too.
said, the way that Adrian's saying got it makes it sound like that's the pun.
Got it.
Got it. To try and defend a career criminal who deserves nothing less than the death penalty.
What?
Hey! Last time I checked, no one knows for sure that Mr. Delight really is Damask.
My dear lady, times may change, but people sadly do not. Well, you understand this more when you are more mature.
Mature.
Mature. Who is this Godot person?
It's got it. It's not surprising that a spirit medium has not heard the name. You have to be at least a spirit hard to know the name. Got it.
Oh my
The
god.
persecutor
I
whose
would say
equal cannot be
spirit
found in
large.
this country.
Or Spirit
But in
High.
heaven. Spirit insane. Got it. A legend or a myth. Men
A
get
myth.
a lifetime on hopes of the chance to simply meet him.
Dude, they're doing a
Try
good
to-
job.
Cuter Godot?
A good job of what?
Of
But
like building up Godot.
No, fair enough.
But the best prosecutor in the country isn't Godot, it's Mr. Edgeworth. I haven't heard the name Edgeworth in a long time. Isn't that right, Nick?
It's no surprise that a spirit medium as yourself would know nothing of this, but Ace Persecutor, Miles Jesworth, is currently traveling abroad.
It's Edgeworth.
Edgeworth.
Huh? Edgeworth.
In fact, it was Mr. Edgeworth who acknowledged Godot as the best in this country.
Edgeworth.
Edward.
Edgeworth. And you
Huge
agree
wide.
with that?
Persecutor Hugewide. Most certainly. You could call him the Luke Hatby of the Persecutor's office.
Well, that's good to hear. The prosecution has a fighting chance tomorrow.
I love the name Hugewide now.
I will repeat that since the day that you sent me the artwork, Edgewide has been with us as often as possible for these Ace
He's a
Attorney
member of the
playthroughs.
team.
Hugewide is so good.
Edgeworth. Mr. Nick, is this Godot really that strong?
Powerful.
Oh.
I seem to remember hearing about someone like that.
He must be pretty high up on the tier list.
Oh no.
Not surprising. Some people spend their entire lives idly waiting for his apprentice.
It looks like we're done investigating for the day.
So, lawyer, the stage has been set and all the pieces are finally in place. All that remains now is for the dance to begin.
To begin. A new prosecutor, an ace detective, and a thief. This will be one tough trial.
Bum bum bum.
To be continued.
This is a pretty good spot for the to be continued.
Yeah, about to say. Even with all of the fucking lollygagging, that was a pretty good, like, succinct, like,
3-hour
Oh.
mark.
It'll only be 4 more recording sessions until we have another well-timed break.
yeah. Alright, I guess, can I still escape? I can. There you go, title screen.
All right. Well, I
Dude,
hope
this
you're
game
ready
is
for the
fucking-
trial.
This game is fucking great.
Yeah, Ace Attorney 3 I feel like is definitely a bit stronger than Ace Attorney 2.
I can't
Oh,
think of
yeah.
a single
agree.
character that we've encountered so far that well, actually, that's not true with Larry, but,
Larry wasn't from this case.
I mean, but you
okay?
haven't seen him for an entire game, okay? So
Yeah, and I
think it's
wish
better
it
than
would stay
Lana.
that way.
Lada.
I mean, Larry wasn't from this game though. to be
No,
fair.
but I mean like he came back, right? Because in Ace Attorney
Right.
2, it was fucking Lotta, and then Lotta
Old
and then
Bag.
Old Bag came back. Like 3 times they came back in that game, like just constantly returning as witnesses, and they're just frustrating characters to deal with. And it's just like, dude, it's good. I'm having a good time.
He's good.
Now we only have one frustrating character to deal with that's from an old game.
Larry.
Yeah, the rest are from this game.
No, wait. Say it one more time.
Now we only have one frustrating character
I
from this
know
game
what
to
you're
deal
gonna
with.
say.
Right. My.
I knew it.
I thought you were gonna
So
say Phoenix.
predictable.
I was actually, you couldn't hear it because I can't do like audible like tire screeching, but I was actually gonna say Pearl, and then my heart was like, no, you don't.
your body won't let you.
Oh god, it's so funny.
I'm still thinking about Huge Wide as a nickname for Edgeworth now.
No, he's already edgewide. Shut up.
Huge Wide.
Uh,
That's what Luke's gonna call him from now on if he ever refers to Edgeworth again. I don't think he does. It's a shame.
dude, now I'm just huge wide.
Oh gosh,
Huge Wide.
Huge wide.
Now I'm just like, cause like I don't know, like Ace Attorney 2. After the second case of that game, I wasn't really looking forward to anything. Oh, like in the sense of like I was kind of just like you know.
Eh.
And now I'm like, dude, I'm excited for the trial next week, and then I'm excited for the fucking third case after this.
Yeah.
The third case gets wild, and it's hit or miss, definitely.
Wait a
Wide.
minute. Is it food, Adrian?
Yes, it's food.
Oh my gosh, I actually am like dying for Zach to see that character in particular.
There's a couple characters that are interesting in that case.
I'm talking about the specifically the food guy.
Oh.
And I
Eh.
No, but I kind of think Zach could voice him really easily.
You know what? I think that might be right. But
Oh my gosh.
maybe, I don't know. But
We'll
that
have
case
to
is
see.
very hit or miss. There's definitely yeah, the next case is you're either gonna like it or gonna hate it.
We'll see.
I have to
I mean,
remind
obviously,
myself
come hell or
now.
high water, we're gonna do it. And then, dude, I don't know, because it's just like I'm thinking about this, because we're definitely playing. Well, I'm definitely at least playing all 6. But I think about that, and it seems like MCU levels of like in the future. You know what I mean? Of like when the MCU first started, like when Avengers 1 came out, it was like, dude, it's gonna be fucking 10 years until this pays off 100%, you know? But then Endgame eventually did come, right? And it was pretty good. And now I'm sitting here like, dude, we're playing the third game right now. They came out in fucking 2004, and I legally acquired 4, 5, and 6, and I'm just like, dude, let's go. I wonder what my life is gonna look like when I finish Ace Attorney 6, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
You're gonna
Wow.
be sad because there's not more.
Well, I mean, but I post. Shut up.
Baffled.
You got him, Grant. Nice.
No, because I mean, like, because you're right, but it's also like if you look at the span or the distance in time between Ace Attorney games, the largest distance between Ace Attorney games was like 4.5 years or whatever, and we're at like the 4-year mark, so it's gotta be relatively soon.
Unless Capcom gives up on it.
Ace Attorney is so popular, and 6 did really good.
It did.
So why
And
would
then they-
Capcom get over it?
They capitalized on it by having Japanese arcade machines with Ace Attorney Gotcha.
Well, I mean, that's its own thing. But, like, I don't know, because, like, Capcom is doubling down on Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, and I guess technically Street Fighter. Despite the fact that they're murdering Street Fighter 5 at the moment. But, like,
They're adding Dan.
my statement stands.
Your statement is proven.
Thank you for providing evidence, fool. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Dude, you just pained me.
Yes. But yeah, I don't know, man. like I'm just gonna repeat myself and say I was really excited to be a burgeoning like fan of the Ace Attorney series, and for TGS this year to announce Ace Attorney 7. That would have been so fucking awesome.
It would have been, but they didn't.
But they didn't. But that being said, because this year would have been the 20th anniversary of the original Japanese release, but then next year is the 20th anniversary of the original American release, or the original international release. So I'm really interested to see if they do Ace Attorney 7 for the 20th anniversary of the international release. That seems to make sense to me.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so Saba and I are going to be playing Fez tomorrow.
We're trying to complete Fez.
The problem is that I wish I could give you control of Fez and record Fez while I am editing the video in the background. But I don't think I can do that.
I don't think that'll work.
I about to say I don't think I can split the audio outs and then also give you. I mean, if you had a controller, but you don't, so.
Just get another computer, easy.
I mean, I could literally load it onto my laptop, but I don't know. Is that worth it? Probably not. Huh.
Well, I mean, maybe we might finish like sooner than like normal stream time, so you could just spend the rest of your time editing.
That is
end
true.
Stream early.
That is true. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to devalue your presence on the Sunday streams, though. Because, like, obviously Sunday streams are, like, a you, me, and Lawrence sort of thing. But, like, I don't want to, like, if it's just you and me, I don't want to devalue your presence. Who knows? Maybe we'll finish Fez and we'll just play, like, a quick tabletop simulator or something.
Maybe.
Which, by the way, I also wanted to mention, so as you guys saw on Snap, I got Splendor, like the physical board game. And we played it today, me, my nephew, and my sister. And my nephew and my sister, they play some stuff, like my nephew plays video games, but they don't really do, like, strategy-type stuff. And they had a whale of a time with it, like, they had a really good time. And my nephew almost beat me. And that was literally his first game ever playing Splendor. And so I was...
his first time he played?
It was literally his first game, like, to the point where his first few turns, he wasn't even really sure what he was supposed to be doing. He was just taking the tokens just because he thought they were cool, essentially. But yeah, he got to the point where he just, like, I'm not going to say that he stumbled into a lot of points, but he just so happened to set himself up perfectly to get, like, a bunch of really high scoring cards towards the end. And he and I were at the exact same spot, and the only reason I won was because I went first, you know what I mean? And it was like, damn, that's really impressive. And then my sister says it, because it's not like Gavin's not dumb. He's a smart kid. He just sometimes has problems like focusing. And the fact that he was that close to winning on his first game was really impressive. And I was like, dude, fucking good job. I was so impressed.
Oh, does that mean you were really impressed with me, Zach?
You always beat me in everything, Saba, so shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Whenever we play a board game, when it's just you and me, you fucking dominate. Fucking Machikoro, Splendor, fucking,
I mean, I don't win all the time. You do win a good bunch of times,
The only
too.
times I win is when it's a game where I'm allowed to just be an asshole, like Four Souls.
Oh gosh, he was so mean to me, guys, on that. I have trauma
don't ever play
with that
Four
game.
Souls.
Yeah, it's just
That's
not
what
gonna
I've
happen.
done.
I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then the second game afterwards, he's like, I'm gonna purposely be mean to you to show you how abusive this is. I'm like,
Well, that was
thank
the
you.
thing, because the first game you played, you then later, independently, were like, dude, we should play Four Souls. And I was like, I gotta show her why Four Souls is not a good game. And then I did. I got like an item combo, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like an item combo where every turn
You
I was
kept
able
on
to...
killing me.
Yeah, I
or
just
something
killed
like that.
Saba, just every turn. And she just couldn't build up anything. And she was like, this isn't fun. And I was like, yes, Four Souls.
But see, the potential could be fun if we just aren't jerks to each other. But
Right,
I know,
but that's
and
the
you know
game. Alright, well, that's the stream. Thank you, Luna, for showing up. Because they're still in chat, by the way. They're just kind of chilling out, so hell yeah. And thank you for the follow, by the way. I really appreciate that. I am presently at 28 of 50 followers, so even
You're so cool, Zach. So cool.
That's not what I'm fucking saying.
So
I'm
great,
saying that
Zach.
I'm really happy
Thank
with
you,
where we
Luna.
are. You pos. But yeah, so we'll be back on Friday with more
Sure.
Ace Attorney.
Or tomorrow with co-op.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, this is theater mode. Co-op is different, so I say
Yeah.
that they're different. I say that they're
I
different.
mean,
things.
it's technically the same channel, but they're kind of different groups.
They're different
except
groups.
for
They're
me
you
and Zach are
expect different content from them.
Yeah.
And then I also realized I haven't done any solo mode yet, have I? I've just been doing video
No.
editing all day. Anywho, all right. Good night,
All right.
everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Later.
All right. Good night, stream.